PHG here. Yeah, Pantyhose Craig. Listen, I'm going to have a great day. I hope you have a great day. Let's get the party started.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Viva Klein Alley Show.
Good morning and welcome to your Tuesday. We are Klein Alley Show on KROQ. If you need us, lots of ways to get involved in the show today. Phones, text line, the same as they are every day, as they have been for many, many years. 800-520-1067. You can also join us as we are streaming live on YouTube right now. You can find us there. Netbangers, good morning.
Morning, Netbangers.
And there's a whole different chat happening there as well. Some more aggressive, some nicer. It's hard to figure out what's going on with the Netbangers.
Well, they're getting very close. There have been some times where I've inserted myself into the chat and they are like...
Get out of here.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, enough. We're already in the middle of something.
So you want to join another subculture of the show, you can find us on YouTube where we're streaming there as well. See what goes on inside the studio. Recommend you check it out because behind Allie is a giant 98-inch TCL QM6 mini LED TV, and we'll be giving one of those away today and every single day this week to get you ready for Father's Day on Sunday.
It's weird. Nothing mini about it.
It's so funny. I don't even know why they would use that word. I think that's like when you call one of your big fat friends tiny.
Yeah.
I think it's like ironic. Like that big bouncer that comes out. They're like, get over here, tiny. And it's like a 9-foot dude.
And then he's like, what's up? And he's got a little voice even though he's massive.
So we should call you Big Klein, huh?
He called me Big Klein because I'm small.
Or Tall Klein or something like that?
Yeah, or Thin Klein. Go reverse with it. Make it ironic.
Klein.
That would make me feel great, guys. Thank you. Self-esteem check at 7:04 on a Tuesday morning. If you want to join the show, please do so. You could win a lot of stuff today. Of course, I'm Klein. That is Allie.
Morning.
They call me Thin Klein around here. DJ Omar Khan there, the audio sniper. In the back room, Jake the nerd.
Cool, Jake.
I mean, yeah, I guess that tracks if we're doing opposites.
Yeah, we'll go opposite. That's cool Jake right there.
And I'm Average Alley, which is just average.
Yeah, and in the back room, Postmaster Johnny and Vanessa taking the calls at 800-520-1067.
We call him On Time Johnny.
Still not here, if you're keeping track.
Is he not, really?
No.
Are you serious? It's 7.
I know yesterday he was like, dude,
7:05.
yeah, it's actually like been pretty great. I like, this new morning routine that we've got going on. And then he was like, now he's already late. Yeah.
That blows my mind.
I know.
My mind is blown.
Wow.
Blown.
4 hours to continue to have your mind blown together, and we look forward to... Here's a question, and I'll get your answer in a second. Apparently, we as a society are washing our bed sheets so rarely now that most people don't even remember the last time that they've done it. There's
I remember the
real
last time I did
stats.
it.
We'll figure out who's the grossest on the show next on KROQ. perhaps you're still in your bed right now, and I ask you to quickly smell your sheets and decide, do they need a good washing? And the reason I asked the question is because they just did some new research, and they found that we are grosser than ever as a country as it pertains to how often we wash our sheets. Some people, 1 in 4, don't even remember the last time they've washed their sheets. 25%. Nope, I do not.
I did mine 3 days ago.
But we've done an actual competition on the show and determined that I believe you tied with Jake, right, for grossest on the show.
Won.
Oh, Allie beat you in the gross off.
You know what? That's
Allie's the reigning champion.
In any kind of scientific process going on.
We did a whole thing.
No, it's just you giving us hypotheticals and then being like, you're grosser than him. You're gross.
Yeah, it's called science.
That's not science.
You admitted
that's just your opinion.
During the quiz, you share a toothbrush with your wife.
Not regularly.
You'll eat stuff off the floor. You've eaten stuff out of the garbage. I mean, there's a lot of things you've done.
You eat while you're on the toilet.
You eat while on the toilet going number 2.
I barely do that anymore.
Okay, but the point of all of this is that you ran away and you beat Jake, who lives in a shed and has a sweating problem, and you beat him in a gross off.
The point is, I wash my sheets and you don't. And
But before that, do you remember? I mean, the only reason you remember because it was so recently.
No, we wash our sheets on a regular basis.
How
and
regular?
The key is that you have to have an extra set of sheets.
Ooh,
because
fancy.
No,
Fancy sheets.
You have always been just got the one set.
Must be from all those Klein meetings Allie goes to. She's got a lot of sheets floating around there.
I would like to back myself up on this, but they are all white.
They all. These are my wearing sheets. They
all have holes.
And these are my bedding sheets. They all do. Wait, you have how many sets?
This is all my wife. There's 3 now.
3 sets of sheets.
Yeah, because she's all weird about the sheets, and so. The thing is, if you can just take them off, put them in the dirty clothes.
Is this a lesbian thing?
It must be a lesbian.
They get all soaked?
Yeah, it must be. It's got to be.
Because of our scissor.
The sheets are all made out of tarp.
I'm bringing it back.
It's all tarp material, Omar.
Right.
It's like, It's
burlap. It lasts longer.
Wait, you have 3 sets. I'm telling you right now, I have 1. I don't even think I have a top sheet because I think I chucked those. They're
and I think
unnecessary.
that's why you don't want to wash them, because you don't want to go through the process of taking them off, washing them, drying them, and putting them back on. If you can just put a new set of sheets on right away, you don't have to think about it.
The one time I can remember taking off my fitted sheet to wash it, I forgot it was in the washing machine, and then at bedtime,
you're sleeping on a bare ass mattress.
I was sleeping on it, which, by the way, I got no problem with that. I still think that's
kind of
great.
fun. It feels like you're camping.
Yeah, it's fun. I like it. But or you throw some towels down or whatever. But the point is that most people, this is crazy. So 1 in 4 don't remember the last time they washed their sheets. They just go, I don't know, they're fine. Then another 25% say that they will wash them, but only if they look or smell weird. So, like, they won't even, it could be 6 months goes by. If they don't notice there's a smell, they won't even take them off and wash them.
Wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, to me...
You realize after a certain point, like, I got to change the sheets. You go by stank. You don't go by, it's been 7 days.
But people don't know their own stank. That's the thing, is that people become nose blind to their own stank. That's why Jake doesn't realize the nerd hole, the room that he sits in every day when we do the show down the hall, it stinks. When we walk in there...
No, it doesn't.
Jake,
it does.
It smells terrible
in
there.
I think it's like, when somebody who really stinks moves out of an apartment and you can still smell, that's what it's going to be like in Jake's room.
Yeah, we got to get a bunch of those like odor trees that people hang in their cars and hang them around inside of that place. Hey, you've been in there. Vanessa, you've been in Jake's nerd hole. I know you have to go in there and get paper sometimes.
Yeah.
Be honest. What's the smell like in there?
A little bit musky.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it is a small room.
Natural musk. Chicks dig it.
It smells like a museum. It smells like a thrift store.
Yes, it does.
A thrift
It does
store.
smell.
Thrift store.
It does smell like a thrift store.
You
That's good
always
smell.
want to smell like a Goodwill.
Yeah.
That is the goal.
Everyone says, God, if only I could make...
I smell like a museum.
I don't know why they don't have more scented candles that have Goodwill smell. I feel like they would sell clearly very well, according to Jake. So only 25%. There's only 1 in 4 people claim that they have some sort of a routine, a regular sheet washing routine, be it weekly or bi-weekly. But for the most part, we are just a disgusting group of people.
Well, I think that the fact is, when you actually wash your sheets and you get the fresh, clean sheets, you go, God, I should do this more often.
Yeah.
And then you forget about it completely again.
6 months later. My heels are so jacked up because my feet are in such bad shape that I will rip through sheets. And so pretty much when my feet will rip through the sheets.
Rip your toenails?
It's not my
talons?
It's not my nails.
Monster?
It's not my nails, Allie. You're the monster.
It's my dry skin.
It's my dry heels. Once I finally rip through the sheets and they get to the point of shredded, that is when I know it's time to replace. That's my schedule.
How am I the gross one? This is, again, what I say.
Hey, you won in a landslide.
714 said I wash my sheets every single weekend.
Oh.
818 said we have several different sets of sheets, all different colors, and I change them based on my mood. 626, we sleep on top of our blankets/quilt, so we don't have to wash our bed sheets as often.
Love that move.
You just sleep on top of the bed like a serial killer?
Yeah, you sleep on top. You put on your sweatshirt. We're going to bed now.
You just lay there?
We take a super quick break. When we get back, if you'd like an easy $100, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, clearly. We've already given you one ADD News this morning. If you do better than Allie, she will pay the people, and we do it next at 800-520-1067. Allie knows the news after this.
Welcome back to KROQ Summer Session. Today's lesson, how to win free stuff without doing any actual work. Attend every hour from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. to score a 4-pack of tickets to Knott's Berry Farm. Explore Ghost Town Alive and rock out at Knott's Summer Nights, a can't-miss after dark party. For extra credit, go to Knotts.com. Get a 2025 season pass and study thrill rides year-round. We call it field work. Our dean calls it please stop laughing and screaming in the parking lot. It's Knott's or it's not. This message approved by the Faculty of Fun at KROQ, courtesy of Knott's Berry Farm.
When I got
Being called gross is not fun. No one wants to, even if you know that you do gross things. Because I'm convinced when you're by yourself, everybody does a few gross things by themselves when no one's watching because they think they're by themselves. It's their own shame.
I mean, that's when you start picking at your body.
You pick, you smell, you sniff.
Yeah, if things fall on the floor, you eat them still.
But then there is public gross. Public gross is no good, and we believe that there are two people on the show that are both going to be competing for the title that no one really wants, which is grossest on the show. It's time for the gross off. In this corner, he has a sweating problem that we know about. He walks around with paper towels under his armpits because deodorant can't even help him.
I have social anxiety.
I haven't said it's you yet, Jake. Let me finish the introduction.
Could be me.
It's Jake.
Here's Jake.
He's also got some sort of a digestive issue, which he has.
Ulcerative colitis.
He has a car.
Not digestive. It's an autoimmune disease.
He's a car. All right, Jake wins. Let's get out. The contest is over.
Come on, Klein. Why are we doing this?
And then in the other corner, we have a person that has multiple times eaten stuff out of the garbage because it was thrown out accidentally. Doesn't care about expiration dates and has had multiple rashes, including pink eye, to the point where she earned the nickname Diclops, the lesbian Cyclops, because one of her eyes was swollen shut with crust.
Which has happened multiple times since. But
I just want to hear all the times Omar gags in his own mouth during this competition. So this is going to be a real battle of gross. I'm just letting you know.
Not to make it even worse for myself, but I've also earned nicknames like Poogers and the Onion Queen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. That'll come up at some point during the quiz.
And she eats on the toilet, too.
She eats on the toilet.
That's nasty.
I'm multitasking.
And she shares a toothbrush with her wife.
To be fair,
And
I
apparently
finished,
dental floss at one point. They shared.
that was one time.
Doesn't matter.
And she never flosses.
Okay. All right.
Moving on. Jesus Christ.
Allie's the winner. All right. Let's go. Move on.
You just keep describing each person.
I haven't even gotten to the quiz yet. I mean, we're just in the goddamn intro, and I'm nauseated right now.
Yeah. Well, yesterday I was sitting there writing my show email in the same clothes I had exercised in while not showering and sitting on a fabric chair going, maybe I should just own it.
Oh, my God.
Jake and Allie, write down your answers to these questions,
Okay.
and we'll go through this quickly, and then we'll have a palate-cleansing song, which I think we'll all need at that point. And apologies if you're eating during this, or if you've already had a rough week because of the fires, and who hasn't. I'm sorry to make your week even rougher. Maybe someone will listen to this and go, you know what? Could be worse. I could be Allie or Jake. Question number 1. If you drop food on the ground, how likely are you to still eat it?
Can you explain one of the food examples?
And what ground?
Yeah.
See, these are both questions asked by gross people.
They're important questions. Is it
Because-
my own kitchen floor or is it an outside
You can answer
area.
this as a general, but if you'd like to go ahead and clarify, I think all of you are going to answer grossly, but you're going to defend your grossness because that's what gross people do. So go ahead and write down I'm just in general now. Go ahead. It is a random sampling of grounds and foods. Is it a shish kebab? Is it a field?
All right.
Is it a bathroom floor? Allie, if you're eating on the toilet and something slips out and falls on the floor, are you still eating it? Just answer the question. How?
It depends
I will tell you
on
right,
the floor.
I will
Is
tell
it a gas station bathroom floor or my bathroom?
Guys, I
Very
will,
important.
without asking
Yeah,
any
if
of
it's
these
the KROQ
questions.
floor, no way.
Okay.
Right?
I'm going to
No,
say,
if it's the KROQ floor, 10 seconds.
oh my God.
Oh, my God.
Guys, this is just question one, please.
Okay.
If you drop food on the ground, how likely are you to still eat it? And please, you're more than welcome to take this quiz yourself. You're sitting in traffic right now. Whatever. Answer, let's see how you would have done. Are you grosser than Jake or Allie? Probably not. Question 2. How often do you wash your hands after going to the bathroom?
Again, this completely depends on where you are.
No, it should not.
It
No, it should not, Allie. How often do you wash your hands after going to the bathroom?
Jake, come on. You know what I mean.
Huh?
Allie's going to get a perfect score on the gross quiz.
All right.
323 said the gross off is more exciting than the upcoming NFL playoffs. Didn't Allie admit yesterday she had crabs? Yes, she
I didn't
did.
say I had crabs. I said if you had crabs, you could shave them off.
Jake is not
Keep
gross.
up, keep
He's
up.
handicapped. Someone pointed out. Thank you.
Disabled.
Question number 3. What is the most amount of days in a row you've worn the same underwear? The most amount of days in a row. Why are you humming? What, the most amount of days in a row you've worn the same underwear?
Camping or not camping?
Allie, just answer the goddamn question. Question 4. What do you feel your weakest personal hygiene practice is? Something that you even know you're not proud of. Could be better. What do you think it is? Write it down. Jake, write it down, Allie.
Can you repeat the question?
What do you feel your weakest personal hygiene practice is? If you're just joining us, welcome to the Gross Off. Allie and Jake have fast-forwarded to the finals.
Can you define hygiene for Allie? I don't think she knows what that is.
That's a fair thing, Omar. Can I please? Is it personal hygiene or just hygiene?
Synonyms include cleanliness and just
Like-
all around not being disgusting. Question 5. If you don't have a toothbrush handy, but need to brush your teeth, what would you do?
Okay.
Or what have you done?
The toothbrush is what's missing?
In this in this particular example, yes.
Okay.
Question number 6. How many showers or baths do you take weekly?
This
Question
It depends on what the week is like.
7. When is the last time you felt gross? Please be specific. The last time you felt gross. Because I think the problem with gross people is a lot of times they don't actually realize how gross they're being. And now this is the lightning round of the gross off. So these are going to be rapid fire questions. And this will be if we need to do a tiebreaker, okay? Do you eat crumbs off the table directly or off your own lap? Yes or no?
Oh, wait, say that again?
Crumbs for food you're eating. Off your lap, if they fall into your lap, or onto the table directly that you're eating off
Did I
of.
pay for the meal or did someone buy it for me?
Should not goddamn matter, Allie, at all. Go to question 2. Do you ever turn your own clothing inside out to rewear it before washing it? Question 3. Have you ever smelled a dirty towel, smelled to see if it was dirty, realized it was, but still used it? Question 4. Pretended to wash your hands after bathroom to not appear gross.
All right. I know that's directed at me, and I did not do that. There was a time where a woman was pooping in the bathroom, and I did run the water.
We're not doing the answers yet. Question. Have you ever eaten something that you found between your car seats?
Is it wrapped?
That's a great question. Is it hard?
In this particular case, it's unwrapped.
Okay.
And then have you ever eaten food that had mold on it, around the mold? And this is
just ridiculous. You're out to get me. This is BS.
I'm not out to get you.
Yeah, because there've been studies saying you can cut off the mold and it's fine.
And finally, something that other people would, agree is gross that you'd like to defend? We'll give you an opportunity to defend something. Okay. We'll come back with the answers. This is the gross off. It's a very, very intense look into your own grossness. The results after this. Place your bets on KROQ.
Klein Alley Show.
Hygiene is their worst enemy on KROQ. It is Klein Alley Show, and we are about to get to the exciting conclusion and determine who will wear the sash of shame known as the grossest on the show. It is the gross off. Interesting when people from the 24/7 news station are walking by our studio now. They've been covering these fires nonstop every day, and they are. Thank you, Killers. KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. And thinking of the Killers, Vegas, when we took the show to Vegas for the very first time, the first person to welcome us to Vegas with a bunch of our listeners was a guy by the name of Brandon Flowers. There has now been a conversation that has just begun again. I overheard it yesterday in the halls of KROQ about potentially a return to Vegas this summer for Klein Alley Show and a bunch of listeners.
Well, we talked yesterday about how it's always great to go back to Vegas. If there's anything taking place in Vegas, you're like, cool, it's an excuse to go out there.
So the conversations have started, and I just recommend you keep on listening, and hopefully sometime soon we can announce that we've gotten our S together and we're bringing the show back to Vegas. We'd love you to join us. I would like to say details upcoming, but, usually we have to bring it up on the air before the sales team really cracks, makes it happen back there.
Yeah, we usually have to make promises that then they have to scramble to keep.
That's right. We talked about these giant TVs we wanted to give away all week, and we said, we'll just start saying we're giving away big TVs. Then they'll go find them. And look at that. They found them.
I know, and Scott was really stressed about it, but he found them.
He lost a lot of sleep, and I think he broke his back carrying that thing, but we got it here.
A lot of weight.
Thanks, Uncle Scott. Let's get into it. It's time for you to win $100 of Allie's money if you've been paying attention to anything going on in the world. Little Allie knows the news action. And I will say this. I was just keeping track. I'm about to play for you the 999th listener-generated theme song about Allie Knows the News, which means tomorrow, right around this time, I don't know what the song will be because you probably haven't created it and left it yet on the goat line. We will be playing the 1,000th song that has been generated to support Allie before we get into this game with 5 questions, all answers that are actually in the news as we speak. This is the 999th song submitted by a listener.
She's got herpes on her lips, not the top set, but the bottom 2. Let's find out if Allie knows the news. Meow, 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 meow.
Beautiful song. Thank you.
Now, for the 1,000th, are we going to go more insulting, or are we going to go in the opposite direction? You decide.
The challenge has been set out there, and I don't know which will be the one we play tomorrow, but if you'd like to leave what could be the 1,000th Allie Knows the News theme song ever, you can leave it on the GOAT line. That number is 844-956 GOAT.
Look at us keeping track of everything like podcasters.
I know. It's like we're on top of it. Hey, Dan, good morning. Pico Rivera, good morning, and how goes it?
Good morning. Sweet Divots.
Sweet Divots. I got 5 questions here. Every answer you need is actually in the news. So Allie will leave the KROQ studio, sequester herself.
All right, see ya.
She will not be able to hear the show. We turn it down so she's not able to keep track of the questions. And when she comes back in, you will be battling her for $100 of her money. Answer them quickly, confidently, and accurately, and hopefully we pay the people. And we'll score together after she goes. Your round can start right now.
Allie Knows the News.
All right, start with maybe the biggest story. Chipotle is going to be releasing their first new dip in over 5 years. What is the dip that will be available at Chipotle? First new dip in over 5 years. What is it?
It's going to be habanero sauce.
Question number 2. A new study shows that speaking to kids with this accent makes them more obedient. What accent is proving to make children more obedient?
British.
Question 3. The FDA has just recalled 20 million of these from 7 states because of a salmonella scare.
Eggs.
Question 4. The $400 million countersuit against this actress has been dismissed.
Amber Heard.
And finally, question number 5. All 17 members of the CDC Vaccine Advisory Panel have been fired by who?
RFK Jr.
All right. You did a great job. You sound like you're stressed, but you answered them quickly and confidently, and that's what it's all about. Now let's find out if you answered them accurately. As Allie is re-entering the KROQ studios, we will score it together. Ties go to the house. We love to pay the people. Yesterday, we kicked off the week by paying the people. Allie's paid thousands of dollars of her own money to people just like you. And your way of saying thank you is by leaving meme theme songs about her herpes.
Yeah, I don't know why. This is a real lose-lose for me, but we keep doing it.
Keep doing it. Lose-lose for you is a win-win for us, baby.
Draining my kids' college tuition fund.
Yeah, he's not going. Question number 1. Chipotle, Allie, is dropping a first new dip in over 5 years. What will the dip be?
I think it's adobo.
He said habanero. Allie is on the right track. The correct answer is an adobo ranch.
Yeah, adobo.
I'll accept it. Ranch, I think, is the key word there that you left out, but okay. The flavor is adobo ranch. Technically, Allie does get a point. We go to question number 2. She's up 1-0. A new study shows that speaking to kids in this accent makes them more obedient.
British.
You don't have to do it.
Oh, yes, I do.
Do it better.
I'm shocked it's not
That's Australian.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. You know what? I am more obedient after hearing Vanessa say that.
I think that's Australian.
Vanessa, that's your Australian accent?
Yeah.
All right.
I think that went German.
Those accents.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's your German accent like?
Vanessa, we'll give you a country. You give us the accent, okay?
Okay.
Ireland.
I don't know. I don't know.
So she's our Ralph Garman. There she is. All right, that is correct. British is the answer. You guys on the board. Congratulations. It's 2-1. Allie is still in a slight lead. We go to question 3. The FDA has recalled 20 million of these in 7 states because of a fear of salmonella.
Oh, that would be eggs.
He said eggs as well. So he's keeping toe-to-toe. Allie's up just 1 with 2 questions left. Allie knows the news.
I can't do it 2 days in a row, Klein.
Every summer morning right around this time, you get a chance to win $100 of Allie's money the easy way and learn about the news. The $400 million countersuit against this actress has been dismissed.
Blake Lively.
All right, he said Amber Heard, and he is wrong. Blake Lively is the correct answer. Allie goes up another point. And I think that's all she wrote. Final question. All 17 members of the CDC Vaccine Advisory Panel were fired by who?
Oh, RFK Jr.
You got that as well. All right, well, Dan, you didn't embarrass yourself, but you did lose. And what must you shamefully admit over the airwaves of KROQ? Go ahead.
I'm Dan from Pico Rivera, and Allie knows the news.
There you go. Thank you.
Let it be known.
Let it be known to a whole new audience that has never heard this dumb bit before that Allie does actually know the news. Tomorrow morning around this time, you'll have another shot to win that same $100 on KROQ. We are Klein Alley Show, and lots to get into this morning. Someone will leave with a giant TV just in time for Father's Day. A little bit later, we're going to chat with the host of On the Tierra, this guy right here.
We're here in the beautiful city of Pasadena, here at the Colorado Street Bridge. Now,
this guy wants to spotlight some of the cool things happening in L.A., and I think now more than ever we could use a positive guy.
Oh, yeah, he's the modern-day Huell Hauser.
He really kind of is. He's like Huell Hauser.
Well, that's what the bit is.
With a bit of an edge, and I will say that, well, except...
He really is.
Except, Omar, I would argue that he's better than Huell Hauser.
Oh, bite your tongue.
Listen, Huell Hauser's a tough guy, This guy is a better version of Huell Hauser for so many reasons, and he'll explain it later. He'll be on with us today. We will explain why, or you can tell us why you have the saddest TV set up in your house currently, and potentially you leave here with a giant TV today, because there's so many reasons why you could have a bad TV situation right now. Maybe you don't have one that works. Maybe you have a nice TV, but you're stuck watching games on your phone in the bathroom because your kids take over the TV with Bluey. There's a lot of reasons why you could have a sad TV setup, and that will someone will be rewarded with that beautiful TCL QM6 98-inch mini LED TV.
Every time you say those, whatever you're saying right now, it changes.
I know. They keep adding. They keep adding letters.
He's like the modern day Huell.
It's funny. This TV is behind Allie, and I go. It's gotten bigger. Like we left in the studio last night. The whole box feels like it got even bigger than I remember it. I'm so jealous of this. Every person who wins,
it is shocking
jealous.
Every time we see it. Today is the official first day of the anxiety and panic attacks I feel leading up to Father's Day, because, as you know, I have not one, not two, not three, but 4 fathers to plan for.
And you rub that in Omar's face every year because he has no fathers.
I've got too many dads, and I can't spare one for Omar. He had almost 2 different dads.
Almost. They both ran out on me.
Still has 0.
What's that say about me?
And, well, what all it says about me is that my mom loved getting married, and then I got married, so I gained another father. And now is it's game time, because I have to make a decision on who to spend Father's Day with. And
Don't you always go biological?
So that's what I wanted to ask you. Should I always give preference to the OG, the biological dad?
Absolutely not. The one who put in the most work.
Okay, well...
Yeah, he put in the most work. He helped make you.
He put in...
all
he did is put in his mom. Put in her mom.
Okay.
That's a lot
That's all he did.
I'll write that in the card. Thanks, Omar.
Okay.
It's in shifts, right? My dad took the first shift.
When you were a baby.
Yeah, the first, 8 years of my life. And then dad number 2 took over at 12 and then went till I went off to college. And then now in my adult years, there's the new dad that's kind of
that guy's out.
Making up for lost time, etc.
Adult years dad is out. I know you're thinking current mom's husband would be the guy because he's the current. And the other guys are kind of dead
he's
weight.
there. Like, every time I see my mom, which is often, he's there. So I see him more than any other dad now.
Who's the dad that made your hot sister? The one that made
that would be dad number 2.
That's the guy that should get your focus, dad number 2, because he made your hot sister. He's got something going on, some magic potion in him, because she's so much hotter than you are.
Thank you so much.
And
That's
I think that he deserves all of our love and attention.
I'm just getting great ideas for the cards.
In fact, why don't you give me dad number 2's address? I'd like to send him a card as well. To thank him for
start sending him Father's Day
to thank him for your sister.
So my choices were I could go to the Bay Area where 3 out of the 4 dads live, and I could knock out 3 dads in one weekend. But then I've got the OG dad who lives farther away and in an inconvenient location, and I could see, quote, the most important dad, the OG dad.
But he lives off the grid. Isn't he like in the...
He's in the woods.
Yeah, he lives like in a shack in the woods.
Not a shack, but he lives in the woods. It's
Your original dad's like Jake, Allie. What do you think about that?
I mean, it is interesting because he's gotten so used to living out there, and he'll be like, yeah, hold on, I got to go tap the well. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, get him some beans.
It is, if you are one of these people that has a family, and it's very rare anymore that you have one mom, one dad. Everyone's got some sort of a variation of step or second or potentially in-law. There is a level
blended
of
family.
How much time must be split and where does the priority go? Because you'll all go broke if you got to get every single person a gift and a card.
My God, and I'll get a hand cramp writing out all the cards.
Right.
So usually it's just the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? Whoever guilt trips me the most, that's the one who's getting the attention. And my dad never guilt trips. He's always the easy one who just says, don't worry about it. I know it's far. Don't come out and see me. Don't worry about it. And then, so I've decided, well, I might as well up my ratio and knock out 2 to 3 dads in one weekend. And I'm going to the Bay Area. And we even decided to knock it out by doing one event for all 3 dads. And
so you threw a thing and invited them all to come to the thing. Smart move.
Right.
As opposed
They
to
all
you
get
going
along?
place to place.
yeah, they do all get along.
okay.
Is your mom going to be there, by the way, like in the same room with all three guys that she's been with?
Well, it's not all three guys that she's been with because it's
more?
one of them is my father-in-law. So
she's been with
she's
a
never
lot of
been with
dudes.
him. Okay, well, so we've decided to do, and I didn't decide this. I asked Katie because she was the one who was planning it. I was like, so what did we decide? And she said, we're going on a train ride through the redwoods. And I was like, that sounds like a terrible thing for fathers.
Yeah, Mom loves the train.
But come on. If you were celebrating Father's Day and you got to pick anything to do, would you pick a train ride through the redwoods?
I feel like dads love trains.
Really?
Dads.
I did that, and it was cool. I enjoyed it.
I'm wrong.
And
Dads
it
love it?
And the one I did ended in Santa Cruz, I believe, in the boardwalk, and then you get out and you enjoy the boardwalk and have a couple of beers, and it's nice.
I think dads love trains. Dads
And little kids.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I don't know why it is.
I was like going on a train and looking at trees. That's
Every
like,
dad has an engineer hat.
Yeah, and it drives through a neighborhood, too, and people wave at you.
Yeah, I feel like dads, like for some reason.
Dads love talking about how trains work.
I think you're probably making the right call.
Really?
Of all of the modes of transportation, I don't think that you could have picked a better one that would make if you're like, how do I make 9 out of 10 dads happy? The train.
Man, I would have gone horse over train.
No.
Horse?
Oh, God,
yes,
no.
of course, horse.
No. It's just a train. But I think you're making the right call.
Well, it certainly does help me with my time spent.
Yeah, smart
High
move.
reward. But I neglect the OG dad.
That's what it happens. K-Rock. Find out what's going on in the world. Maybe there's some good news out there. If there is, we'll find it. Give it to you next, KROQ.
Klein.
Alley Show. Klein Alley Show.
106.7 FM.
The second we're done with this audio from the streets of WeHo at Pride, Vanessa was out there on her rollerblades doing some exclusive interviews, and it has been making us laugh behind the scenes here at KROQ for the last 3 hours nonstop. As soon as we're done with that, we get you into Cali Vibes this weekend and get you VIP access onto KROQ's special high-rise so you can see the show up close and personal, and we'll give those tickets away the second we're done with this. Pride was happening in West Hollywood this weekend. It's been going on for, I don't know, many years. It's hard to say it's the gayest day of the year in West Hollywood because we're all pretty gay, but it's definitely one of the gayest.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Maybe
it's
the
when,
gayest.
People go into their little costume closet and they pull out, their rainbow Speedo instead of their normal hot pink Speedo, and they have a great weekend.
So Allie couldn't go, obviously, because she was camping with the babies and the dogs and doing a real lesbian thing. So Vanessa went out because she got her rollerblades on, and the plan was kind of simple. We've done it before. A little game called Gay or Nay, where she goes up to people that are there and asks them some questions, and then we try to guess whether or not, based on the answers to the questions, are they gay or are they straight? And the questions were simple stuff, like, what is the award called for the best Broadway show?
Tons.
And what is the main ingredient in quiche? And what shape are the fries at Chick-fil-A? Stuff that we thought would be pretty easy to determine who's gay, who's straight. And it turns out what originally we thought was going to be Gay or Nay turned into a brand new segment that we were not prepared for called Vanessa Confuses the Gays. Because
Gay or Nay ended up not really being about the people that she was interviewing and more about Vanessa herself trying to ask questions that she didn't understand.
Vanessa, how do you think this went?
I'm cringing at myself. One, it was really loud, so I was screaming.
Yes.
And I'm like trying to read the questions I could barely see, and then I'm pretty sure I'm saying a lot of the words wrong.
Yes.
And I repeat myself. But everyone was really nice, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, you had a great time.
This could be a hate crime, and this is not our goal, but just listen to this. This is just a jump cut of all of the every time she talked to anyone, she confused them. And then we'll try to play one round of the actual game. But take a listen to this new segment on KROQ called Vanessa Confuses the Gays.
What's the main... Oh! Hold on.
All right, right out of the gate, she's got a problem.
What's the main...
What is she drinking, by the way?
Yeah, what'd you
Everything,
drink?
all of the
I
above.
was drinking, I think, tequila soda. Yeah.
How much did you have?
I promise you, I only had 2 and 1 shot.
No way.
Well, she's a child. Let's not forget.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
drinking
tolerance
is
is low.
right. A child.
The cups were big.
The cups were not
The
big.
cups were big. And
Right.
you say you're not a child.
Right. Okay. Here we go.
What's the main... Oh! Hold on.
All right, that was how it started. So it didn't start great. Then she gets to the first question, which is supposed to be an easy one, which is what is the award for the best Broadway show called? And she had a lot of trouble with this one.
Okay, Luis. What is the award for Broadway plays called?
What is it? What? Award for Broadway?
What is the award for Broadway plays called?
What is it? What?
Hello. Hi. I'm about to talk to a very handsome man. Is he gay? Is he straight? I don't know. Okay.
She's like fired up. She's like so aggressive. And she's not doing a character. I know this sounds like something that Sacha Baron Cohen would come up with. It's like a mix between Borat and Ali G. She's
I know.
kind of doing a mix of two of
It's
them.
funny to hear her. It's almost like she's borderline angry.
Yeah, well, she gets real
She's
mad.
like, I don't know. Maybe you do.
Right.
Is he straight? I don't know. Okay. What is the award for Broadway plays called?
What is the what? The what?
The award for Broadway plays. What's it called? We're both laughing. We are both laughing.
I like the commentary.
Let the record show.
By the way, I don't hear him laughing at all. I hear her laughing, and I hear him
I
getting
also don't
frustrated.
hear any of them shouting.
No.
Which
she's-
you said that you were shouting because it was loud.
Yeah, I don't know why you can't hear the music, but it was really loud.
This child came up on rollerblades and started screaming at me about being gay, I think.
Yeah, if you think, any guys who are not fan of the gays, and you're the ones that were holding those signs up that are like, God hates us,
Right.
that is much less effective than this.
Yeah, this is the best way to really let the gays know how you feel. Just rollerblade up to them and start screaming at their face. So this is, once again, the segment has been changed now to Vanessa Confuses the Gays.
What is the award? Hello, I'm with a very handsome man. Is he gay or is he straight? I don't know. Okay, what is the award for Broadway plays called?
is a word for Broadway plays called?
That's 0
He
for
got
3.
almost all of it.
0 for 3 on this question. 0 for 3.
Oh, no. Broadway plays.
Okay, I like that answer.
All right, she loves the answer.
You repeating part of my question. I love that answer.
The other question that she went to is, what is the main ingredient in quiche? And she had a really hard time with this one.
What is a succulent?
Oh, no, this was a different question. Sorry. This was a question about...
Succulents.
Right, do you know what a succulent is? And this was another one that really threw people off. Well, because they couldn't understand what the hell she was saying, understandably, so it got confusing.
For Broadway plays call.
Hold on, here we go, hold on. Let me fast forward past. Hold on, sorry. It's hard to keep track of it all because everything's labeled Vanessa screws up. So
Broadway plays.
Okay, I like that answer. What is a succulent?
What is what?
A succulent. Succulent. A succulent? Succulent? Succulent. That word. Succulent.
she finally goes, that word, and points to her phone. But this person is...
That word and points to her.
So she goes... I mean,
But I love how eventually she shorts out and starts asking them how to pronounce it.
Succulent? Succulent? Succulent. That word. Succulent.
Succulent?
What's the main ingredient in kimchi?
This was supposed to be, what is the main ingredient in a quiche?
So he never answered the succulent question?
No. She's just jumping.
The main ingredient in kimchi.
In what?
They're so confused.
What's the main ingredient in kimchi? Just give me an answer.
Damn.
She's so frustrated. And
Just give me an answer.
This poor gay...
She's so frustrated with herself.
And this poor gay woman, listen to this gay woman.
I don't know what your question is.
I don't know what the question is. She's just harassing them.
Answer me!
So these didn't go great. At least they didn't go according to plan. They definitely went great. But
Did you get one legitimate answer to a question?
I don't think so.
Answers.
I don't know, Vanessa. I've been listening to these all morning, and they are great. But let's take you through one of them, the unedited, all the way through. This is Vanessa Confuses the Gays, also known as Gay or Nay at WeHo Pride over the weekend. And here she is on rollerblades, apparently hammered on tequila, trying to have a conversation, which ends up with her bullying the gay people.
Hello, hi. I'm about to talk to a very handsome man. Is he gay? Is he straight? I don't know. Okay, what is the word for Broadway plays called?
What is the what? The what?
The word for Broadway plays. What's it called? We're both laughing. We are both laughing. What is the word?
Tony.
Okay.
So you got
I think he's just saying, Tony, let's go.
Tony, let's get out of here.
Tony, stop talking.
This kid's scary. All right.
What's the main ingredient in kimchi?
In what?
What's that word? Kimchi? Okay.
What's that word? She shows them again.
I love how he's like, oh my God, it's quiche.
Quiche, thank God.
What's the main ingredient in kimchi? Okay, what is it? What is
It's
it?
an egg.
Egg. Okay.
So this guy,
You don't know.
she doesn't know. He got two right though. This guy, by the way, definitely gay, right? You can tell already.
Yeah, I think everyone she talked to most.
Yeah.
From what I heard.
Okay, wait. Who are the
She's trying to walk away.
Yeah, so the guys are trying to leave her at this point. I mean,
It's egg. I don't know. Run!
Just get out of here. This kid on rollerblades is yelling at us.
Okay, wait. Who are the Knicks playing?
She's asking
She sounds like she's dying.
The question is
Please!
who are the Knicks
Who are
playing?
the Knicks playing?
Sports, you lost me.
It's sports. What's the last movie you saw in theater?
You can barely pronounce theaters.
I can't with this. He didn't see a movie in theater.
It's been a while. I'm not too sure.
So
Now he's mad.
So the next 1 minute gets really aggressive now.
I don't know.
He tries to leave multiple times, and she will not let him go. And I feel like apologies to the entire gay community. This was not our goal here.
It's been a while. What? Wait.
So that's the third time he's tried to leave now. This guy
tackles him and beats him up.
This guy wants in the world. ADD news break. Then we will get into a brand new hour of the show on a Tuesday morning. And the very first thing, one of the very first things we do after 8 o'clock is get you a jumbo TV. It's the ABCDEFG QM6 98-inch X///. It is the most massive TV that has ever been created, and we're giving one away today. I'm adding more letters because that is how great it is. You can see it up on our socials. Too. It will tell you the future. This is the TV of the future.
Even saying what this TV is the biggest workout you'll get today.
It is. I'm telling you right now, my tongue is tired just from talking about the TV. We're going to ask you what is the saddest TV situation you currently have. What is your sad TV situation currently? And we will hopefully upgrade that greatly with this massive TCL TV. That's coming up next hour on the show. But first, your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
Remember that Dodger fan that was hit by a slab of concrete at a game a couple weeks ago? Yeah, very cool. The story is actually coming back into the main feed because it is now weirdly relevant to the whole topic of immigration and how people are feeling very discriminated against right now. The guy who was hit is not a U.S. citizen, but he is from Mexico City and was here on a visa. And when the slab fell on him, he was taken away to get treated. And then he was like, immediately they started questioning me about my immigration status and what's my status in this country. They asked me to provide papers. I gave them my visa. They kept my visa. Then they offered for me to go to a hospital. But at that point, I was a little too nervous to even go to a hospital because I felt it would draw more attention to myself and I didn't really feel safe. So I decided to say no, even though I needed hospital treatment because I think he fractured a rib. And then they ended up giving him a jersey, some bracelets, and a Max Muncy bobblehead.
They didn't even get a Shohei bobble? He got the Muncy?
He got him. He got Muncy.
He did not do a good negotiation.
And then now
a slab of concrete falls on you at Dodger Stadium.
And you get a jersey and some bracelets.
I'm getting one of those gold Shohei bobbleheads. Those are the real ones.
Totally. And so he said, really what I'm waiting for now is just a simple apology. Would be nice. Just for the way that he was treated and just because of the Muncy.
People really like an apology. I could care less about apologies. Mean nothing to me.
You know what means
stuff.
more than an apology? Yeah.
Stuff.
Things and money.
Bobblehead. More bobbleheads.
If you said F you
right.
and give me the opposite of an apology but give me money, I'm fine with it.
It's so funny how many times any sort of disagreement happens. Even with my wife, she's like, I just wanted you to say you're sorry. I'm like, what?
That's lame.
All right, I guess I'll take all this stuff out of the Amazon cart.
My wife said that to me too. You're not very good at apologizing. But you know what? Last time we got in a fight, I was right, and she didn't apologize, but she did clean the whole kitchen.
Right.
And I would much rather that.
Sure. And that's her way of saying sorry without saying sorry.
She's showing that she's sorry.
Yeah, sorry's me. Yeah, I say I'm sorry all day. Sorry.
My kid, he just learned how to say sorry. He throws them out left and right. He doesn't mean it.
Apologies are meaningless. You know what means something? Stuff. Stuff means something.
Gold bobbleheads.
That means everything.
All right. Billy Joe Armstrong has always been somewhat of an activist, and he's not afraid to share how he feels about what's been going on. He posted a clip of the protests on Instagram, and he added a middle finger and an ice cube, and he said it to the song F You from their new Saviors album. I say new in quotes because the album came out over a year ago, but it seems that their authenticity always pays off, literally. And their album, Saviors, has seen a 2,000% increase in sales. And it's not just because of his post, but it's also because they released a deluxe version of the album. But it's crazy that after almost a year and a half, it is back at the top of the Billboard charts, and it's now one of the top-selling albums of the year. So it's good for them.
Great record, though.
We've got
it is. Yeah, sometimes it's a slow burn, too.
We've got a Green Day song on deck. It'll be the next song we play after the news. You want to take a guess as to which one it is? Take a guess.
Time of your life.
All right. Omar got a guess. It's a Green Day song. Coming up next.
Brain Stew, Jaded.
Jake, got a guess?
Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
Okay. Vanessa got a guess. I know you're a big Green Day fan.
Holiday. That one.
Okay. All right. We'll
Sing more that you think is going to be.
Well, that's okay. We'll play it after this. I don't want Vanessa to ruin this big surprise if it is holiday. But give us another tease, Vanessa. Go ahead.
I can't think of
That's it.
Oh, man.
That's it. Now I don't even need to play the song.
Now the album's tanking. All right, and now another
Album sales have just dropped 2,000%. It's amazing.
Another tragic Labubu robbery. This has nothing to do with anything that's been happening downtown. This happened in Orange.
A makeup store in Orange County is sharing video of a break-in on social media. They believe they were targeted by burglars looking for Labubu dolls just after 5 a.m. at the Makeup Shack in Orange, according to the store.
What a name. The Makeup Shack.
Hey, I like it.
That's Jake's favorite place. Everything's Shack for Jake.
Store. The three suspects broke in looking for the collectible plush toys, which can sell for up to $1,000 online. The alarm went off, but by the time police arrived, the suspects were already gone, along with several Labubu dolls.
Oh, man. The
I
reporters.
think this is worth it just to hear
Just
the
to hear
reporter
that.
say Labubu dolls.
Labubu?
I would rob a Labubu place just to hear the Labubu coverage.
There's so much Labubu in the news. We need to make that a segment on KROQ starting immediately. Because it's
Well said.
non-stop. It'll be much better once we produce the intro. It won't be that, trust me. All right, well, guess what? Vanessa's right. Oh! Who knew? Some Green Day as we get into a brand new hour of the show next on KROQ. Good morning.
HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Good morning and welcome to KROQ. Broadcasting from the heart of Los Angeles, California on a Tuesday morning. We are Klein Alley Show. Lots to get into this hour. Someone will leave with a giant 98-inch TV, thanks to our friends at TCL TV, just in time for Father's Day. Get you one of those big TVs instantly. Make your dad's Father's Day much better. We got that to get to this hour on the show. Also, I know that a little bit later, Allie, in honor of Pride Month, as the token lesbian on the show, is going to rate your gay. Everyone's had an experience that potentially they went to a few Broadway shows. Allie will determine, like on a 1 to 10. What's your scale? Is it 1 to 5? How many gays?
It's actually going to be 1 out of 5 gays. Gay.
Oh, based on Vanessa's sound that she made when she was covering Pride.
That's my new rating system.
Okay, so you decide what it is that you've done, and Allie, as the lesbian, will determine whether or not it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you ever stopped on the side of the road and bought a bonsai tree, Allie, what would you give that? Just out of curiosity.
I would give that 2.5 guys.
That's 2.5?
Gay. Gay.
Okay.
Gay.
2.5. That's a 2.5. All right. Now you know.
It doesn't have to be, hey, I'm a girl and I made out with another girl. It doesn't have to be black and white like that. It could be something about you that you do. It could be a hobby. It could be one random thing that you did. Johnny gave me his off the air yesterday, and I give that one 3 guys.
He gets 3 full gays. We'll find out what that is, and we'll take your stories coming up later this hour on the show. In a moment, though, as you know, we've been talking a lot about what has been happening in this city. And you know where we stand. In fact, our most recent video up on our socials, Klein Alley Show, is getting a lot of attention right now. As we stand with the good people and the fine immigrants that made this city what it is, made it such a great place to live. And we will have someone on to speak about that with us next on KROQ. You're such a dick. KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. Trying to raise spirits. There's a lot of stuff going on. Understandably, everyone's feeling emotionally drained for so many different reasons with stuff that is happening that we are watching, witnessing live. And we wanted to make sure that we cover it. You know, we're not necessarily professional journalists here at KROQ, Alley. I think that no one has ever used that term for us at all. We just sit here and talk about stuff going on in our lives, occasionally talk about the news. But as it affects the city that we love so much, I mean, I always think of KROQ as the soundtrack to Southern California, and I think of so many of the hardworking immigrants as the DNA of the city as well. And it's a terrible time to be scared to leave your house, and also
even if you were a citizen, to be scared to leave your house.
But I really don't like the way that L.A. is being portrayed now to the rest of the country and the rest of the world, because I oftentimes think that LA is kind of one of those places where people hate us because they ain't us. And that's true with sports teams. It's true with a lot of what is happening in LA. But right now, it feels like there is a bad narrative that is being drawn up. And to speak on this way more eloquently than we can is an LA Times columnist, Gustavo Arellano, who I had his name perfectly pronounced, and then Omar
screwed it up.
Omar spent. Hey, Gustavo, sorry about that.
You're so nervous to talk to me. You just mispronounced what you had pronounced correct.
I know. Well, you know why?
I know, but then Omar said Adwala.
What you don't hear behind the scenes. As soon as we chatted, Omar goes in my ear. Adwara, ulawara. He's trying to mess my head up. Thank you for being on with us, Gustavo.
Of course. Thank you for having me, folks.
Fascinating article that you just put out in the LA Times, and I wanted to get your thoughts on just where we are at now and how we, as just citizens of this city, can do anything other than just kind of watch in horror as we watch what is unfolding.
I mean, look, this is just the beginning. The Marines, 700 Marines from 29 Palms should be in L.A. at this point. I haven't seen any reports of them setting up. But the National Guard, Donald Trump called up 2,000 guards over the weekend. Governor Gavin Newsom said 1,700 more have been called up. They are already set up, not just in L.A., mind you. I'm down here in Orange County and in Santana, where I covered all of protests going on yesterday. Right now, they're in front of the federal courthouse and the federal building. So they are setting up, and they are not going to mess around. And so at this same time, raids are happening all over Southern California. Just yesterday, they were in Orange County, they were in Whittier, not so many in LA, but this is what the Trump administration has promised. They have promised 30 days of nonstop raids. So this is the reality right now.
I heard the mayor speaking about this yesterday, and she was saying she thinks that this is like a test. Like, okay, Trump is doing this in Los Angeles to see how it plays out, and then going to expand to other cities from there. Is that something you agree with? Do you think this is all just like we're the guinea pigs?
Oh, no, we're the example. He wants us to bend the knee. And that's what I wrote in my column. Trump and many people that side with him loathe Los Angeles for everything that we stand for being a city of immigrants, for being more progressive than other cities, for being also a city that honestly just accepts you for who you are. You really don't care about status. They hate us for our taco trucks. They hate us for our sports teams. They hate us for our sunshine and jacarandas and loquats and everything that we stand for. And so the more that Trump and his administration can humiliate us, the better it is for them. So that's why I argued in my piece, look, I am all for protests, everyone protesting, but when you're throwing cinder blocks on CHP vehicles, don't be surprised if the National Guard's going to start doing things to you. And that does not look good.
Do you feel that most of the stuff that is, of course, the newsworthy, the explosions, the dumpster fires, the cinder block tosses, those are agitators that are really just here to make things look more aggressive? And the reality is that most of the people that would like to go out peacefully protest and say that we do not stand for these ICE raids, that they're being overshadowed by the few aggressors that are giving Trump kind of what he wants, the footage of LA looking like it is completely in martial law?
Oh, yeah. No, and look, 99.99% of the people who are protesting are doing peacefully. And yes, there are some people who live for this, who bring the hammers and they want to cause chaos. But, I mean, I was down there in Santana yesterday. You have youngsters, straight up youngsters, young men and women who are angry. And so they get the rage, get the better of them. And so they find a rock and then they throw it. And so you have normal people, you have called Antifa. And let's also be clear. What is going on in L.A. right now, it does not call for National Guard, let alone the Marines. People are like across the country saying, oh, it's the worst violence since 92. No, it's not. It's like the worst violence since the Lakers won back in, 2000 or something.
Right.
That was bad. And it's not even at that point. And that's the other thing. So far, it's only in very pockets of the city. Sadly, downtown, I feel bad for all the downtown businesses that are getting, their windows smashed and all that. But even here in Santana, it was literally on like a 2-block area of the downtown, and that's it. This is not. If things were starting to go bad, like in neighborhoods, that's when I would say, okay, you do need the military. But we're not even close to anywhere being possibly at that point.
Well, and it's like, we're reading about all this and we're seeing all these videos from the protests, and it's heartbreaking, and you kind of feel helpless in all of it, right? And what can any of us do, right? Aside from sharing resources and checking in on people in our lives that might be affected by this directly?
And that's very important to do as well. But look, there's a lot of groups out there here in Orange County, the Orange County Rapid Response Network. It's a network of people who basically are eyes and ears. And if they see any Homeland Security agents, they immediately put it on Instagram. So you can do that. There's a lot of nonprofits who have been helping. And frankly, their budgets have been cut dramatically because the Trump administration, I mean, it really is Machiavellian. It's like, we're going to cut your budget by withholding federal grants. So that's going to starve you out. So you have to lay people off. You're going to demoralize folks. And now we're just coming in with the Marines. We're saying it's a federal insurrection. You have all his different goons on social media alleging all sorts of things about LA. It really is a war against Los Angeles. And the most important thing, though, is to care. You cannot just sit idly back and not care about things if you're a true Angelino. And everyone their own thing. I'm not going to tell people, you have to march out on the streets, because some people don't, but do something.
Gustavo Arellano, wanted to have you on because found the article really fascinating. LA Times columnist Omar suggested we speak to you because I know you've been on KROQ in the past, and it was a pleasure to have you back on with us, and hopefully we can check in with you again as this continues to escalate or potentially evolve over the next, whatever it is, 30 days. Who knows how long this will continue for, but really important to have you on, and thank you for sharing some of that with us this morning on KROQ.
Anytime, and gracias.
Appreciate you. All right, we take a super quick break.
323 said the most egregious thing that has been said is that they hate us for our taco trucks. How can you hate us for our taco trucks?
These are people that have never had a good taco. And Jake's theory about the taco trucks. I want to get Gustavo. Put Gustavo back on the phone. I got to ask him a follow-up question. Hold on, put him on hold. Hey, Gustavo, unrelated, but about the taco trucks. Jake, who works on the show, has a theory that the best taco, you can tell it's a good taco truck if it's got a lot of lights. Because if they have a lot of lights, it means they've made a lot of money selling tacos. And that is
lights aren't free, man.
Do you agree with that concept, that that's how you can tell a good taco truck?
No. No, because it's a trend. The reason they're all well lit now is because it's all trend. It's the same reason why you have fruit carts. All their umbrellas are rainbow colored. It's all a trend. So the best way to tell a great taco truck is in the salsas. Like, forget just the green and red. I'm looking for the orange ones. I'm looking for the savory ones. I'm looking for the salsa matcha ones, like the super spicy ones. That's how you
truck
can tell
has that, the one with all the lights.
Oh, shut up, Jake.
Don't argue with Gustavo.
An LA Times columnist just called you an idiot.
I wrote the book on Mexican food, so I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, thank you. Gustavo, thank you, man. We'll talk again in the future. Quick break, back in a second. Why do you have a sad TV situation currently? We want to upgrade you with a 98-incher from TCL, as we are giving away over 490 inches of TVs this week on KROQ. Call now with your sad TV setup currently, and we upgrade your life next.
Welcome back to KROQ Summer Session. Today's lesson: how to win free stuff without doing any actual work. Attend every hour from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. to score a 4-pack of tickets to Knott's Berry Farm. Explore Ghost Town Alive and rock out at Knott's Summer Nights, a can't-miss after-dark party. For extra credit, go to Knotts.com. Get a 2025 season pass and study thrill rides year-round. We call it field work. Our dean calls it please stop laughing and screaming in the parking lot. It's Knott's or it's not. This message approved by the Faculty of Fun at KROQ, courtesy of Knott's Berry Farm.
Out so bad, and she will not let him go.
What's the shape? What shape are the fries in Chick-fil-A?
We can't support Chick-fil-A.
Ew, gross. Fuck Chick-fil-A. Okay, what is this?
Did you just say bye AAA?
He told me about Chick-fil-A, and then she said bye. The question is a very simple question. What are the shape of the fries at Chick-fil-A? But who would know that? Because she's screaming at this guy. And he's like, I can't support Chick-fil-A. And
she's like, you're right, girls.
Bye, Chick-fil-A.
Okay, what is a succulent?
What?
A succulent. I don't know how to say the word.
Where?
Succulent. What is a succulent?
Succulent.
What's a succulent?
Oh, my God.
You're like shaking him.
She's so unhinged. Suggestion on the text line.
Grabbing him by his little straps. Look at Daddy!
Vanessa, someone said maybe the problem is you should have asked the questions louder.
I know.
Is that possible?
I
More
This is-
shrill.
I can't believe this didn't get reported to the police.
What's a succulent?
Sorry. Succulent. God, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like a plant.
A plant that needs water, obviously.
Oh, hilarious.
wow. Vanessa is on fire.
Okay.
Bonding.
What? Wait.
These guys tried to leave again now. This is the fourth time they've tried to walk away. And she's just rollerblading behind them.
What? Wait. What type of car do you drive?
I drive a Lexus CT200.
Okay, Lexus.
I like that car.
What's that about?
Lexus. She's turned.
If somebody came up to me and was doing that, so I'd be like, the fact
Vanessa.
that she can barely pronounce what kind of car do you drive.
She's turned this. She's almost become like homophobic. She's like everything they say now. She's attacking.
What kind of car do you drive?
You were so many compliments. You have no idea.
Well, listen, here it is.
Vanessa.
Okay, Lexus. Okay.
It's a hybrid. It's a
It's a hybrid.
we're all about saving the economy here.
Of course, we're all about saving.
Hold on.
Of course, we're all about saving the economy. Okay, what's your drink? What's your drink?
Wait, that's the fifth time now they've tried to leave, and she will not let them leave. This is like a hostage situation.
Wait, what's your drink of choice?
Oh, easy. Codigo soda with a splash of pineapple.
Oh.
Da. Okay, are you gay?
Are you mocking him?
These poor guys.
Da. Okay, are you gay or are you straight?
I'll leave that up to y'all interpretations.
No, tell me, are you?
No.
Oh, no. Oh.
I do not accept your...
So he said, babe, it's clear. I mean, the guy couldn't be any gayer, right? But she's like, you know.
Well, yeah, that drink
tell
of
me,
choice.
are you gay or are you straight, man? Because I'm about to.
Leave out for the rainbows.
Okay, rainbows. Gay.
Rainbows, you're queer. Get out of here.
Well, that is
Fine.
it's a new segment called Vanessa Confuses the Gays. And I don't know if we'll be doing that all month long, but man.
I think
that
the
is
pride
aggressive.
turnout next year is going to be much lower.
Whoa, apologies to that guy. That was only one of them. She got like 9 like that. They all kind of went the same way.
I want to hear all of them.
All right, well, we can't today. We'll have to save some for another day this week. Man. About dads. We said, what could dads possibly want during the Father's Day? How about the world's biggest TV? So we're doing it every day this week. 98-inch TCL MQM 6K TV. God damn, it's hard to keep track of all them letters. We will hook you up right after this song. And the question we have for you, you don't have to be a dad to win, but maybe you win this for your dad or you just invite him over to watch the game if you do win. But what is your current sad TV situation? So many different reasons why you could have a sad TV setup currently, and one of you will be upgraded drastically after Cranberries KROQ. know, today is the last day of school for LAUSD, and that's a great feeling. But I would argue that potentially a feeling that rivals that is your first day with a brand new TV. When you do a TV upgrade in your life, I mean, when you really upgrade, when you decide time to double or triple the size of my TV, everything will get better. The sports get better, the movies get better. Even watching this dumb show on YouTube gets better. Imagine how we would look on a 98-inch TV, Allie.
Even that first day where you're like watching it while it's just sitting there on the floor.
Oh.
It's not even mounted yet or put on an entertainment center or anything, any kind of stand, and you're just watching it like guerrilla style.
One of the saddest days ever is I was at Best Buy one time. They had an open box thing going. It was a TV that was way bigger than I needed or had, but it was open box and the price was super low. It didn't have anything. It didn't have a remote. It didn't have anything. It just had cord and TV. I said, great, doesn't matter. I'll take it. Couldn't wait to get home with it. Bought it. Walked out. Couldn't fit it in my car.
Oh,
could not fit it in
you
my
had to
car.
go back?
I don't do that walk of shame back in there. And I said, it's not going to work. And they go, well, you want delivery? It's going to be, you have to pay for delivery. I said, forget it. You could just have the TV.
Oh,
and
that's so sad.
Went through the whole process of returning it. It became a second open box. I wheeled it to my car with the help of a guy there. So excited to finally, I was thinking about how I was going to look at home. Couldn't wait to rip the 42-inch one off the wall, put this one up, and then I had to wheel it right back in and give it right back to him.
Well, I definitely am familiar with the satisfaction of opening a box that's already been opened.
Yeah, Allie loves the open box.
Getting that already open box open feels good. Yes,
that's right. We want to hear your sad current state of TV because we would like to give one of you the ultimate gift. If it goes to a dad, great. Father's Day, potentially you win this thing. You give it to your dad. I'm telling you right now, there's not a man on the planet. I would say most women would probably say this is too big. I think if I came home with this TV, my wife would be mad.
I look at it and to me it looks too big.
What size were your first TVs that you ever bought?
The first one I bought, like myself, was a 27-inch TV.
I think mine was 27 or 32.
Well, you guys have me beat. Mine was 13 inches.
Whoa.
Oh, you know what,
Yeah.
Omar? Hold on. In college, I did have the TV, I think it was the TV VCR combo.
That's what I bought. Yep,
That
I had one
was
of those.
13 inches.
Yep.
And at the time, the fact that we'd have multiple people gathering around to watch something on that is the saddest.
Yeah. It's crazy,
Like if we all
right?
saw that picture in history books right now, we would go, what the hell were they doing? Like, why would they do that?
It's like people crowding around an old radio.
But this right here, that's sadder. But this right here is beautiful. And you will probably be the official home for all massive Dodgers games, all Super Bowl Sunday. It'll all be your place now if you win this thing. So the question we have is simple. Why do you currently have a sad TV situation?
There's a lot of different types of sad.
So many different types. Mateo, we start with you, make our way up and down these phones with KROQ. Go ahead. What's up?
Hey, Sweet Davis. How you doing, guys?
Sweet Dibs, what's going on?
So I was working all day yesterday. I left my dog at home. And then when I came back, he got so excited. He was running like crazy and got the zoomies. And then he somehow hit the furniture where my TV was there. And my TV falls and it breaks.
You're saying your TV got knocked over because your dog had the zoomies? When dogs have the zoomies, it is as
Hilarious,
close as we
by
get
the
to
way.
like Tasmanian devil style energy.
I know. And you think about like when you are like on cocaine or some kind of a feeling where you're getting this crazy weird rush. Like
Yeah.
that's the only equivalent probably as a human, right?
Yeah, and I think that that's happened with dogs, especially in the evening, especially when the owner gets home. But to the point where he knocked over and broke your TV, that is tragic.
It was, yes.
I
I'm
never
very
want to
touched.
encourage putting the dog to sleep, but in this particular case, I think that's your only option.
So you're just without a TV now. Now you have nothing?
Exactly. Yeah, I have nothing. My TV from my room, I had one. It stopped working too for some reason. I guess it was too old, and I have no.
You know, my dog will actually take the remote, and I told you, destroyed all of the remotes in the house. And I think dogs know that if there was less TV watching, there'd be more walking and playing with me. So I think they look
they
at
also they're like, well, he's holding this all the time. He must love it.
right. The TV
I'm
is
gonna
the enemy.
destroy it.
Yeah,
All right,
my
hold
dog's
on.
been knocking my phone out of my hand now.
That's Mateo.
That's so
Leo, why do you have a currently sad TV setup? We're going to reward someone with a giant TV.
Well, I currently have a 43-inch TV on top of a small bookshelf.
And it works?
It works, yeah. It's just very bad quality. I gave my 55-inch to my dad because, he was living alone. And I was like, well, you can have mine.
Are there some times where you're like, I could watch something, but it's just not worth it?
Most of the time, I'm not even home because of that.
If you had a giant 98-inch TCL TV, you'd be home more, I would imagine.
I'd be there. My entire family would be there.
All right. I understand. What is the saddest part about your current TV setup? Sarah, you're on KROQ. Good morning.
Good morning, Sweet Dibs.
Sweet Dibs, what's up?
So, unfortunately, my two children decided to have a Wii match on our old big TV. They chucked it at the TV. It broke, and now we are stuck with a tiny little 38-inch Samsung.
Oh, because the Wii controller went through and ruined your last TV?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's one of the dangers.
I remember when that was happening. Everybody was throwing their Wii remotes at TVs.
Yeah,
because it was like our first test out with VR, and we were like, ah!
Right. I was just trying to play Wii Golf, and now the TV is broken. That sucks.
That's a crappy way to lose your TV.
It's also very sad because there's a real hierarchy to the home TV system that everyone respects, and that is that usually the biggest, best one goes right in the living room or wherever you watch the most TV. And then if that one, you kind of take next best. There's a great moment where you take the one that was in the living room, and that gets demoted to bedroom TV. You get a big bedroom upgrade. Usually that only happens when you've put a bigger TV. It's a great feeling of the swapping of the TV.
There should be car and homeowner level insurance for TVs. Don't you think? Like in this scenario, if it's covered by like a random rock or an earthquake or a Wii remote, you are covered.
I think they have that. I think you can sign up when you buy them a lot of times.
Yeah, but isn't that just the warranty crap where they can find any reason not to cover anything?
Probably.
Like everybody here who has broken a TV, they're just SOL.
Jacob, I feel like your sad story is something that many people can relate with, but go ahead. You're on KROQ.
Yeah, so we have a new kid, and when it's nap time, I can't watch the 70-inch TV we have, so I have a 20-inch one from college that I have to go watch in a separate bedroom upstairs.
So you have all the good stuff is on the 70-inch TV, like Coco Melon?
Yeah, our little one, it's old, so everything is bad quality. It hooks up to the Wi-Fi weird, so streaming is just low.
It's almost sadder when you have, like, this guy has a good TV. He's got a 70-inch TV that he's unable to use. And that's kind of the situation that I'm in because my kids are watching Zombies or some weird show on Disney on the good TV, and then I'm there watching on my phone in the bathroom.
And you're like, this is such a waste of pixels.
Yeah, I'm watching NBA. I'm watching the NBA Finals on my phone
where
in
they
the
have
bathroom.
like 6K cameras now on those finals, where like everybody is super dialed in and you can see like the crystal clear letters and everything. And then there's like, for what?
Michael.
Hey, Sweet Dibs, guys.
Why do you have a sad TV situation currently?
I am in the middle of a divorce, and my wife confiscated all of my TVs. I had 4 50-inch TVs in the back garage, all next to each other. I had it on a switch, so it made one giant TV.
Oh, man, I love that.
She took, dude, it was so awesome. And she took all of it. All of it is gone. So I am without a TV.
She took all 4 of the TVs? I feel like you need a better divorce attorney.
Oh, so petty. But here we are.
Okay, so this guy
they
had a
want to
great
hit
setup.
you where it hurts, right?
Yeah,
you think about like the thing that he loves the most is his TVs, and she's like, tells the lawyer, the first thing I want is his very favorite thing.
That's kind of a dream setup what that guy did because he did the 4 of them.
I see that at bars and
of
stuff,
course.
and I'm like, damn, this is crazy.
You can either make it one giant screen or you can have different games on all 4.
Take your pick.
So jealous of that. Well, this one TV is probably bigger than all those put together. I mean, that's the thing that's amazing. We will give Armando has a situation that I think we can all relate with. Armando, go ahead.
Hey, Ali Klein. Sweet Dibs.
Sweet Dibs, what's up?
Yeah, so I have a 49-inch TV that has been haunting me since 2020.
How do you mean it's been haunting you?
So the TV only turns on and off, and the volume goes up and down when I'm watching TV by myself. And I have proof. I've recorded it where I thought my wife was messing with me, but she was actually 2 times. One time she was asleep, like dead asleep. And then another time she was showering and she left her phone in the room. So I know.
Yeah, by the way, I had a TV like this, and it was, and it just would randomly turn on or off, and sometimes you'd be watching, it would just get super loud. The volume would just go, and I was thinking someone was sitting on the remote, and it was just like a possessed TV.
Did he have somebody pass away like close to him, when he got the TV or something? Maybe it's trying to communicate through the TV.
Did you lose any loved ones while you were buying the TV, Armando?
I moved into a house when I got it, and when I moved into the house, there was an old lady that lived there that had passed away.
Whoa.
Oh,
They keep changing the matlock?
It's the weirdest thing. So one night, my wife and I, we were pissed off at each other, and we went to bed, and we got woken up at about 3 in the morning. And I'm kidding. It was 3, almost 4 in the morning. To the loudest, it was like full blast.
QVC.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the possessed TV is a real thing.
Totally.
They don't talk about it. I don't know why it doesn't get enough attention, but he is dealing with something that is a real thing.
And when I'm a ghost, I'm going to haunt someone in the most annoying way like this. It's just such an inconvenience.
All right, listen. We've heard quite a few sad TV stories. There's no shortage of ones waiting on the text line and on the phones. Got to give this thing away next, KROQ. KROQ, we are Klein Alley's show. I understand why the phones are full. Everyone does not want to say hi to us. They would like themselves a brand new giant TV from TCL. It's a QM6 98-incher. They say cutie mini LED TV, but as a
cutie,
cutie
mini.
It is a cutie, but as we pointed out, there's nothing mini about it. We're giving one away every single day this week to get you ready for Father's Day. The question today is simple: what is your currently sad TV situation?
310 said my child threw a remote at our 70-inch TV and broke it, and now we have a 40-inch that sits on the table right in front of the 70-inch broken one.
Oh man, that's
so
the
I have to
saddest.
see my glorious TV broken and just hanging there every day.
Vanessa, you're on KROQ. Good morning.
Good morning, Klein Alley.
Hi, what's going on with you?
So a couple months ago, our TV, the sound stopped working on it for some reason. I mean, it is old, but the sound stopped working, and my husband told us we had to just wait to see what the Black Friday specials are. So
I love it.
That's so
Smart
far.
man.
That's so far away.
I know. So we have to, like, if we watch a movie nights, we do subtitles. We have to watch with subtitles.
So there's no volume that comes out of it at all.
It doesn't have any volume, and my 8-year-old can't. She can't read that fast, so I actually have to read it out loud.
No, you have to read the shows to her?
Yes.
Dude, there's going to be like 5 Prime days before Black Friday.
Yeah. Wait, do you do when you read these subtitles to her, do you do it with voices, or do you really get into character, or just read it matter of fact? It is stressful, by the way. I know.
What's happening with My Little Pony?
As a guy that's not a great reader myself, I was in the Turtle Reading Group. Keeping up with subtitles, I feel like I get such a level of stress.
It's so anxious.
It is so much anxiety. Like, it's going to go away. I don't know what the guy's saying.
And do you have to read the stage directions, too, where it's like somber music?
Man, I sometimes I get caught up in the wrong thing. I'm like, that's not what the guy said. That's a stage direction. That's a good one, Vanessa.
That is a great one.
That's tough. Mike, we give you the final word, then we have to make a decision, give this giant TV away. Go ahead, Mike.
All right. Yeah, well, my house burnt in the Eaton fire, and so did my kid's mom, so I ended up moving in with my parents. My dad sits in the back room with his phone and his laptop, and I can hear him watching videos and Angel games, and he is the grumpiest bastard on earth.
Right.
And
he's an
probably
fan.
part of the reason why.
I know, like a better team.
Yeah, as a Dodgers fan,
I'm sitting here in my Dodgers gear. So, anyways, my kids took the back room where the one TV was, and so he'll either huddle in front of the 20-inch TV in the kitchen and watch his Angel games there. But yeah, for the most part, he's watching on his phone.
All right, I get it. That's very sad.
It is sad because you are somebody who had a TV and then it got burned up in a fire that was not your fault. And then it's like, to rebuild, you have to think about the big thing like the house. The TV is so far down the priority list.
I don't think so. The number one priority. TV first, house second. And the saddest part of that guy's whole story is that his father is an Angels fan.
Yeah,
so
that's
here we
tragic.
go. Now, here we are, Allie. We have to make a decision. Everyone will get a vote. We'll give away this TV. If you don't win today, fear not. We have another one for you tomorrow. 490 total inches of TVs will be given away this week, and they're all massive. TCL, thank you again for helping us hook up dads for Father's Day. All right.
Haunted TV was a great story. Having to read the subtitles to your child as they're watching TV is a very sad story. But having your whole house burned in the fire and then have to watch your in-laws' TV and not even get to watch what you want.
All right. Allie's voting for a guy whose dad is an Angels fan, has to watch on his phone in the kitchen because the TV burned down in the fire. Omar?
Oh, if I get a vote, I would vote for the lady that needs to read for the subtitles.
Read the subtitles.
That's so much work every day.
And the TV.
She has to wait to Black Friday?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, that is so far away.
Black Friday has great deals on TVs.
But it's so far away. Jake, you heard a lot of sad stories here. Anything jump out at you?
I like the Goose TV.
Oh, haunted TV. So now we're split. That's interesting.
You're the deciding vote.
It's funny. These were the 3 front runners for me as well, and all the stories were sad for different reasons. I could hear how stressed this woman sounds.
Mm-hmm.
And so I also, as much as I feel for everyone else and wish we could give you all TVs and hopefully you win the next few days. Vanessa?
Yes!
Pomona?
Really? Oh,
your days of reading subtitles to your family are over. You have an amazing giant TV to give to your husband, a father for Father's Day.
And now their subtitles are going to be massive.
Massive subtitles. Much easier for you to read.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Did
you.
you just turn into Miss Piggy?
Yeah, that's... her real winner is the kid who won't have to hear her read these movies anymore. So.
She's gotten good at the voices.
All right, hold on, Vanessa. Hang tight. We're going to get you this giant TV. It's going to take. We're going to hand deliver one of these things. I don't know if it'll be yours or not, but hold on 1 second. All right.
Thank you, guys. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
You're still doing the voice, huh? It's a little Grover now.
Hold on 1 second. Quick break. Back after this.
It's summertime when everything's great.
The Klein Alley Show with new summer hours, 5 till 11.
Remember these? Farm. I would say it even if I wasn't reading it off the sheet. Tickets at knots.com. You'll win a pair of tickets. 4 tickets from us at 9 o'clock and then again at 10. And every hour straight up through 6 p.m. all day long right here on KROQ. Your ADD News is next and then the 4-pack of tickets after that. KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show.
Hey, this is a complaint.
Oh, boy. We got a lot of those. Maybe time for a round of Do More Better later this morning because there are quite a few complaints that have piled up on the GOAT line. If you have complaints about anything we've done on the show, and I'm sure you do, you can leave those messages on the GOAT line, 844-956-GOAT. Your Knott's Berry 4-pack of tickets coming up the second we give you this round of your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
Well, I hate to keep sharing bad news, but obviously last night was more vandalism, more looting, more Marines marching into downtown Los Angeles, and now we have our first death investigation. Apparently they found a body on the LA sidewalk near one of the looted businesses, and so now they're investigating. They found just a man unresponsive on the sidewalk in the area where some of the protests and the lootings were taking place. There's not really a whole lot of details on potentially how this guy died or anything like that, whether it was a completely separate thing or it was violence related, but he was lying on his back. He was wearing a red sweatshirt, and they're currently investigating to see exactly what happened. But now we officially have our first death report because of all of the riots and the protests that are going on. And as we learned earlier when we talked to Gustavo Arellano, this is going to be just the beginning of a lot of ICE raids that are taking place every single day, which means more protests, which means military presence, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
So they don't know yet because they haven't done the investigation. Was this a result of what was happening? Was that
Yeah, I
person...
mean, it was near one of the looted businesses and where the protests were. So you would, I guess, assume that it's part of the violence that was taking place last night. But I don't think there were reports of, like, gunshots and people being injured. I didn't see any reports about that. I mainly just saw, like, the rubber bullets and the pepper balls and the tear gas and stuff. All the, like, weapon-related violence that I saw was from authorities. But I don't know.
Wonderful.
Yeah, what a great update. And moving on, it feels weird that life is just going on despite the city feeling like it is crumbling before our very eyes. But Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference is happening right now. They've made a few, quote, big announcements that some people are excited about and others are just saying it is a total snooze fest. There's a new liquid glass feature on one of the new iPhone software updates, and it'll be a new design interface where all of the little notifications and bubbles that pop up are see-through. So it appears like everything on your phone is liquid glass.
Okay, fancy boy.
That's a good point, Vanessa.
They're also, speaking of which, going to bring language translation to phone calls and messages.
What's a second language?
So we'll be able to translate that in real time.
That's
and
right.
We'll finally know what Vanessa is saying or asking.
And you could use that the next time they try to chuck one of your packages over the gate, Vanessa, and you're trying to speak Chinese to the guy. You've never done that before, but you did attempt to speak it, and it didn't go great.
Yeah, and in the phone call, it would be able to translate.
In real time. That's amazing. That is great
that
technology.
Phone call would have been totally boring, thanks to Apple.
Right. Well, now I'm glad we got one good laugh out of it before Apple came in and ruined our fun.
They're also going to reverse the update that they did to Photos, because when they announced the redesign and then implemented it, everybody was like, this is horrible. It's super confusing to navigate. I can't find the pictures that I need. Organizing them makes no sense now, so they're going to take that away. And the most important update, well, I guess there's two more. It depends on who you are, which one you're going to be excited about. But they're going to be able to screen out spam texts.
Oh.
Thanks to AI. Or are you more excited about Apple TV turning your TV into a karaoke machine?
Oh, I know Jake is.
Apple Music Sing will allow users to sing into their iPhones along with song lyrics that are being shown on their TV. So everyone at home does this update will be able to have a karaoke machine ready.
Get ready, toadies. Get toadies on the ready for Jake. He's got to sing some songs. 9-minute karaoke songs.
I know. And then finally, I think that a real sign of the future is flying cars, which we haven't had yet. But another big sign is when we start integrating with robots, creating robot-human hybrids, right? And there is a very successful scientist who says that this is not only going to happen, but it's about 5 years away. A new mutant race of humans that are merging with robots could be coming within the next 5 years, and his new startup is working on upgrading humanity by turning them into transhumans who are half robot, half person. I'm all about that.
I think that we could all use the upgrade. I'll take it.
He said humanity is now at a crossroads, and we're trying to accept technology into our lives and enhance our lifestyles. So the next step would be for it to integrate into our bodies and souls.
I know there's been a bunch of experiments they've been trying out by implanting things in humans, chips in brains. We've tried just the standard. Someone was talking to me. I thought this person was talking to me. They were talking their glasses because they were wearing the Meta glasses.
Dude, you saw someone with Meta glasses?
Oh yeah, and they said what type of dog
Who are you
is
hanging out with?
I was at the park walking my dog, and they go, what type of dog is that? And I said he's part poodle, part. And she goes, I'm talking to my glasses, not you. I go, oh.
Okay, well, you deserve to extinguish.
How dejected did you feel?
I was like, carry on,
dude,
man.
I bet she did not have smart glasses.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I was talking to my glasses.
Well, she didn't want to have a conversation with me, that's for sure. All right, call it 20 right now. Let's get you to Knott's Berry. What do you say? 800-520-1067. We'll pick up caller 20 next.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Normally we would say welcome to the home stretch, final hour of the show, but that is not the case because it's summer hours. So you're stuck with us for 2 more hours. We're only at the halfway point this morning, and that means you get lots of things in your future. Tickets right now and tickets again at 10 a.m. for Knott's Berry Farm. Get you 4 tickets. That's right, we'll do 4 of them for you. And also, we have warned you many times before that listening to this show can become a problem. And we, of course, encourage you to listen longer and listen more often. And maybe you listen 1 day a week. It'd be great if you listen 2 days a week. Or maybe you only listen to the podcast. We'd love you to listen live. But I do want to warn you, we did hear from a man last week who said he got called into HR because he was quoting this show to a coworker, and it got him into a situation.
He said great guy like Diddy, right?
Right. He was reciting quotes from this show, and he said great guy like Diddy, and then he got called into HR.
And then he had to explain. I only said that because of the morning show, and they said what morning show? It was real
uncomfortable.
It's
the whole problem. Well, the same guy said that we have ruined his life yet again, Allie.
Hey guys, I just got back from the grocery store, and I had to leave this message. So I'm the guy that called in last week about getting called into HR. And I think I have Klein and Alley show Tourette's or something, because I just dropped lines randomly. So you guys were wondering why I would say the Diddy line to myself, and they just blurred out. So I was getting to my car from the grocery store, and this Lexus just pulls up right next to my car. And as the guy was coming out, I was like, "Okay, Lexus, okay." And this big dude comes out, and he's like, "What the f*** did you just say to me?"
Oh my God.
No. See, now
this poor guy, we're going to ruin his life.
This poor guy finally gets over the HR problem, and then he starts quoting Vanessa, drunk at the...
Okay, Lexus. Okay, Lexus.
See,
Apple, translate. Siri, translate.
You think he did it that way, too?
Yeah, I bet he did.
Okay, Lexus.
What makes you want to punch someone?
Of course. If I heard that, regardless of what I was driving, I'd want to punch the guy.
What the F do you say to me?
So this guy is... this poor guy's just trying to live his life.
And this big dude comes out, and he's like, "What the f*** did you just say to me?" I was like, "Oh, no, sorry, no, it was something dumb. Like, no, it was nothing." And he's like, "Yeah, that's what I f***ing thought, you weirdo." Oh. So anyway, I got into my passenger side. Yeah, this show is definitely going to get me punched in the face one day, for sure. I like to groom young boys.
Well, don't say that one.
That's the problematic
Stop
one.
saying things from the show.
And if it does make you friends, it won't be the friends you want.
Yeah, you got to stop saying things from the show. But thank you for listening. That guy is a real one, and I appreciate you. Do not... Are
there any quotes that we have on the show that aren't problematic?
I'm a handicap. Yeah, say that one. That'll be a popular one.
The guy gets out of the wheelchair. What the F you say?
What'd you say? No.
Stands up.
Yeah, gay.
All right. Chris, good morning.
Hey,
were you going to say hi, Lexus?
I was going to say hi, Lexus. Okay. Chris, you got 4 tickets coming your way. Knott's Berry Farm. Congratulations.
Sweet. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
You. Appreciate it.
Let our show not ruin your life. If you listen a little bit, maybe you get tickets. You listen a lot, we ruin your life. That is the theme around here. Come back in a second. I can't believe it, Allie. But Man vs. Machine is back because more and more kids are turning to learn from robots instead of teachers. And even though today is the last day of school for LAUSD.
Which everyone's just kind of in robot mode, right?
Everyone.
Autopilot.
My kids didn't even have to bring, they were told don't even bring your backpacks today. They are fully checked out.
Cool.
I think it was like a pajama, pizza, donut, and then an early dismissal day.
Yeah, I know. They start making up weird stuff for you to wear.
The last day of school is the most useless day on the calendar. We'll come back in a second with some Man vs. Machine teachers next. you are tuned in now, waiting to hear your buddy from the IE, the on the tira guy. Fear not, he's on his way here sitting in traffic. That is what LA does better than anywhere else. A little bit of traffic, but he did drop this message.
Hey guys, be sure to tap in this morning on World Famous KROQ, 9 a.m. Ahmed Belloso live in the studio. KROQ, homie, Spencer Natira.
On his way here, cannot wait to invite him into the studio. We've been back and forth on Instagram for a bit now, but finally got his ass in here, so that'll be coming up in just a bit. Right now, though, let's go ahead and celebrate the final day of school and figure out if next year teachers will have jobs or will they all be replaced by robots.
Well, we talked yesterday about a school who's doing this. They started teaching kids using AI teachers, and they're getting higher test scores than half the kids in the country.
So will robot teachers take over? Will AI be replacing the teachers? And everyone's got one or two teachers when they think back about their upbringing, and they go, man, they really made a difference.
They were irreplaceable in your mind.
Omar's wife is a teacher. My mom was a teacher for many, many years. We come from, I think there's a few people. Jake, wasn't your mom a teacher or something? Or I make that up?
She worked at the library at the school.
She was a librarian. Johnny, your mom's a teacher? I thought your mom, what?
Yeah, my mom's a teacher. She's been a teacher for like 30 years.
Why didn't she do it? Why didn't she teach you
anything? She didn't do nothing with me, though.
That's
that
right.
happens, though, because my wife's mom was also a teacher, and she was like, my mom never read to me because she was like, ugh, it's like I'm at work.
Right. That's terrible. But I get it.
You know?
That's the same reason that I'm not funny at home.
Yeah.
I waste it all right here with you losers.
I didn't have any parents who were teachers, but my mom flirted with a lot of mine.
Let's ask if that probably helped your grades. Let's find out if any of us have a stand a chance, us humans, against the AI that will take over. We asked 3 questions to robots, AI technology. We'll give their answers in a moment, but let's see if us humans and humanity stands a chance. Allie, first question goes to you. And this is you versus the robot as it pertains to teachers. And for some teachers, the last day of school has got to be just as great as it is for students, I would imagine. You got to deal with a lot of lice and pinworms and yelling and fighting and everything, and then you have 2 months off to do whatever you damn well please. Here is the question. What is the best way, as you a human, Allie, would discipline a bad student? What is the best way to discipline a bad student?
Well, what I've learned from the movies is that you got to get on their level. You got to talk to them like a peer. You got to sit down with them outside of class, rap with them a little bit, figure out what's going on in their world.
Oh, no.
Is this a movie?
Yeah, she says that's where she learned it all from. It was like one of those movies where, like, it's like some white lady.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, works at like an inner city school.
Minds?
Yeah, yeah. You got to rap with them at the inner city. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, she got with on their level, and then she got through to those kids.
Hey, you got a cigarette?
You're gonna be like Edward James Olmos in that one movie.
I gotta get through these keys.
I gotta get these keys.
So, Al, your answer is you got to get on their level and rap with them.
And reach these keys.
All right. Oh, boy. Jesus. I'm the Tira guy. He's just turned around. He's not coming in. He's off the Tira.
These people are too white for me.
This is what the AI technology said. What is the best way to discipline a bad student?
Reward good behavior with praise, privileges, or responsibilities. Focus on catching them doing things right, not just wrong.
You didn't think about that, did you, Allie? You're supposed to focus on the good stuff. Make a big deal about the good stuff.
That was all implied.
Allie's too busy trying to wear a cool leather coat to school.
I cut off the sleeves to this denim jacket.
Yeah, that's just like a weird lesbian
Pop
biker.
my collar. Let's chat.
All right, Omar, your wife's a teacher, so you should answer this properly. What is the best way to handle a bribe if you're a teacher and a parent tries to bribe you to, make sure the kids get better grades or don't have to repeat, the 5th grade twice? How would you handle accepting a bribe as a teacher?
Now, are we talking a good bribe or something that, is really not worth it? Like, say, are they bribing me with like $1,000 or are they like trying to give me $50? What kind of bribe?
The question we asked,
you got to take it into it.
Right. The question we asked the robot.
It's problematic
I'll give you the same.
That you're asking how much.
The question is straight up: what is the policy on handling a bribe to help a student get a better grade?
Okay. The policy is that if it is a large amount of money, yes, you absolutely take it and you give the student whatever grade they want.
Right.
But you got to make it kind of believable because, listen, all they want to do is get a passing grade. You know what I mean? If you're getting a bribe, chances are your student is not an A student. So probably, give them a C. Hey, no problem. No foul, no harm.
You got to pay for that A. You got to pay for that A.
No foul, no harm.
Let's find out if the robot also said no foul, no harm.
Accepting a bribe is not only unethical, it is illegal and could cost you your job and reputation. Small gifts or notes are still a great way to accept appreciation.
No one likes notes.
Dude, I'll have tenure, dude. It's like they can't fire teachers now. It's crazy.
Well, even
they get away with so much.
Like Varsity Blues and all that stuff. It was all the parents that went to jail.
Right.
Like the people who accepted the bribes, they were like,
the teachers are fine.
Yeah.
They're like, okay,
yeah. Or like, well, what do you expect?
If I was a teacher and a kid gave me a handwritten note, I would give him a lower grade. This is not a bribe. Well, why'd you put this in my hand? All right, final question. Jake the Nerd. Right now, I would say if we're scoring this, humanity has 1 point, robots have 1 point. It comes down to Jake to tie break this. Does humanity stand the chance? Talking about teachers, last day of school for LAUSD students, and here we go. Jake, what is the best part of being a teacher? We asked a robot this question, and we want to ask you, a human, the same question. Everyone jokes about, the best part of being a teacher is summers. But what is really the best part about being a teacher? Jake, answer for humanity.
Well, everybody jokes about it because it is the best part about being a teacher. But if I'm going to try to be the robot, I'm going to guess it's going to say something like shaping and sculpting young minds into productive members of society or some bogus BS.
All right, let's find out if that is what the robot says. What is the best part
that's
of
great.
being a teacher?
Sounds like a seasoned teacher on tenure.
What is the best part of being a teacher?
Summers off is the best reason. But also the future of society, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, my God!
That's exactly what Jake said. It's unbelievable. All right, well, there you have it.
We are one with the robots.
All right, I'll call that one a tie again. Once again, it's a dead heat, humans and robots. Only one will reign supreme in the future. Who will it be? Quick break. When we come back, we got Clickbait to get to. We got On the Tira stopping by to hang with us in the KROQ studios. We're going to freshen up on our prison lingo and much more, all after this on KROQ.
Welcome back to KROQ Summer Session. Today's lesson, how to win free stuff without doing any actual work. Attend every hour from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. to score a 4-pack of tickets to Knott's Berry Farm, explore Ghost Town Alive, and rock out at Knott's Summer Nights, a can't-miss after-dark party. For extra credit, go to Knotts.com, get a 2025 season pass, and study thrill rides year-round. We call it field work. Our dean calls it, please stop laughing and screaming in the parking lot. It's Knott's or it's not. This message approved by the Faculty of Fun at KROQ, courtesy of Knott's Berry Farm.
KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. Warning, this next thing we're going to listen to is rather disturbing. Even more disturbing than the conversation we just got into with people that found out that their family was riddled with incest and Hitlers. This is Jake approaching people in the streets yesterday. An unexpected heat wave that blanketed the Southland, and temperatures got as hot as almost 100 in the valley. And even though Omar says that we are over...
You're right on that, man.
It felt like almost 100 in the valley.
Okay.
And there was a time when I had to put the windows down temporarily just to get some fresh air.
Oh, wow.
Jake went up to people to see if they were prepared by asking if he could sniff their pits, something that we call pit stops here at KROQ. And here he is with his own introduction he put together for the segment.
Hey, it's Jake, and I'm on the streets of Los Angeles during the hottest day of the year, during the hottest time of the day, to see if people are willing to take a KROQ pit stop. Yeah, pit stop. Pit stop. Pit stop. Yeah, pit stop.
So cool.
So here he is approaching people and seeing if they were prepared by making sure they had on the right amount of deodorant for the heat we experienced yesterday.
What's your name?
Sage.
Sage from where?
Sage from Los Angeles.
Sage, how did you prepare for the first heat wave of 2025?
Oh, not well. by having in-home air conditioning and on a hope and a prayer.
What's your favorite hot activity to do?
Swimming in the ocean.
Finally, Can I sniff your pits?
What a transition.
Those first two questions were just to lead to this one.
That is something. That is...
It's all about the foreplay.
How attractive is this woman?
She's pretty attractive.
She sounds attractive.
Yeah, she's like swimming in the ocean.
I mean, if you're going to go up to, do the pit stop, I mean, I would only approach attractive women.
Well, let me tell you, this takes a weird turn before we get to the fourth person. Oh, watch out.
Oh. Finally, can I sniff your pits?
No.
Oh, no.
That took a turn.
She wants no part of that.
No, you sad man.
Neither of us would enjoy that.
You're right. This has been a pit stop on KROQ.
Pit stop. There we go.
No! You're making them do it?
Oh, that's great.
That's amazing.
All moving on, Jake goes up to the first sweaty guy.
That's the sound of her car getting away from him as soon as possible.
Actually, that's a real car leaving Jake. Here's the first sweaty guy Jake found.
What's your name?
My name is Hiram.
Hiram from where?
City Terrace.
Hiram, how'd you prepare for the first heat wave of 2025?
I drink a lot of beer and stay cool.
What's your favorite hot activity to do?
I would say just chill at the beach.
Finally, can I sniff your pits?
Nah, bro, that's cool.
Thank you for saying that. This has been a pit stop on KROQ.
All right, cool. KROQ. Islos.
Pit stop.
Pit stop.
All right, so he got a couple of. He didn't do the rear in that time. Now, Jake did not.
He's about to get punched.
Jake did not only get nosed, though. People started turning around, appreciating the service we're providing to make sure that nothing worse than being with someone that's got some rank BO because they forgot the deodorant up on a hot day. So Jake, once again, finally found some takers.
What's your name?
Trisha.
Trisha, how did you prepare for the first heat wave of 2025?
I was not prepared. I was zero prepared.
That's why we're doing the pit stop, to make sure people are prepared for the next one, because all of a sudden, one of those days, you forget deodorant, you hope it's not a day where temps are getting close to 100.
I thought it was going to be cold. No fans, no heating, cooling towels, nothing. Not prepared. Now I am.
What's your favorite hot activity to do?
My favorite hot activity to do in a heat wave? Yoga? I would say yoga, yeah.
Finally, can I sniff your pits?
You asked the same two preliminary questions to everybody, Jake?
Yeah. He wants to make them feel comfortable before he...
This went well the first 6 times.
Right.
I guess that.
So then, of course, immediately as soon as she talks about yoga and feeling relaxed, he goes with this.
Can I sniff your pits?
Sure.
Wow.
Whoa. Okay.
What are my pits?
Your armpits.
Really?
Yeah.
Stop.
She
Is she getting out the mace now?
She gave him permission and then realized, what are pits?
What are pits?
Your
How do you not-
armpits. Oh, God.
What they're asking me to do. This is my job.
Okay. How much do you get paid?
Not enough.
How am I?
It's decent.
Am I good?
Yeah, it's decent.
Yeah.
That's been a pit stop on KROQ.
Oh. Thank you.
Strange reaction.
You think when she gets home, she's like, hey,
How was your day?
Yeah.
I got a pit stop on KROQ. What is that? Well, a guy wanted to sniff my pits. Now, we only have time for one more. I mean, there's a few more he's done here. I feel bad not airing all of them because Jake went through the trouble. But I do want to give you this woman, Joyce, because let me tell you.
Joyce's choice.
She's got a story, and this is the final pit stop, and also a reminder, gentle reminder, to make sure you got on deodorant on these hot Southern California days.
All right, what's your name?
Joyce.
Joyce.
Now, in the voice alone, it sounds like she is fried inside and out.
All right, what's your name?
Joyce.
Joyce, how did you prepare for the first heat wave of 2025?
I went to Ventura and got the hell out of Burbank.
I can tell you I prepared for the first heat wave of 1825. That's what it sounds like.
Does she have like branches in her hair? I just picture someone kind of living in the forest.
Kinda, actually, yes.
I got out of Burbank. It was beautiful. Came back. It was too hot. Hopefully we'll get a few more cool days before the real heat of the summer starts.
It's funny because she's trying to have a real conversation about the weather, only she doesn't realize in a moment Jake's going to have to ask to sniff her pits.
Yeah, I know.
This summer is scary. What's it going to be, 120 degrees?
What?
Last year in Burbank, it had, I think, 115.
I can tell already that you're probably getting a whiff off her before you even ask for the sniff.
Not looking forward to it.
What's your favorite hot activity to do?
Go to the beach, get where it's cooler.
Finally, can I sniff your pits?
Oh, they smell, sure.
Oh, God.
God, dude.
They smell. Sure, like she gets asked this regularly. All right, fine. You too. Come on in.
Here we go. This is Jake getting to know Joyce very well.
Oh, they smell, sure. Kidding me? I'm sweating to death.
Oh, God.
Oh man.
And he's like ready to go with the sniffer.
She's hoping she says no, but she says, come on, get in here.
I don't know how much they smell, but they sure are wet.
Oh, my God, lady.
How do you not know how much they smell?
God.
So much moisture down
Jake,
there.
I think you're meeting your soulmate right now.
This is Jake. It just sounds like Jake. She's like female Jake. I don't know, but they're wet. Mine are wet,
Come
too.
on over.
Oh, goodness. Oh.
See? That's what happens when you get off a train in Burbank.
That's what happens when you get off a train in Burbank.
Apparently.
What a great advertisement for the Metro.
The perfect storm of smell. Public transportation, 100 degrees, Burbank.
That's what happens when you get off a train in Burbank.
That is like a life lesson that we will forever remember.
It was not the train. That was going to happen regardless.
Listen to Jake's reaction.
Oh, goodness. Oh, God.
That's what happens when you get off a train in Burbank after being in the beautiful coolness of Ventura.
This has been a pit stop on KROQ.
Oh, there you go. Pit stop. You're going to wipe them now so that I don't have to carry them around anymore?
What?
Got a cool rag?
Oh my God.
He wants you to wipe him.
So you thought that was part 2? All right, Jake, get back out there. Part 2 is you got to wipe everyone down after you smell them.
Oh, man. Well, you're doing the Lord's work, I guess. Quick break. We got more show to get to next. Show. Later this hour, we go on the tira, and then instead of leaving like we normally would at the end of 9 o'clock, we stick around for some summer hours, so we will be live with you until 11 a.m. Yay, all of us.
Yay.
Isn't it great? Day number 2. How's it feeling?
Well, it was a big discussion in my house last night how my wife thinks we need to roll it back because it's a mild inconvenience to her schedule.
All right. Well, according to Allie's wife, we're going to roll this back and go back to standard hours tomorrow morning. 2 days. We made a good run. No, that's not true. We'll keep going with this all summer long until we burn ourselves out.
She was like, is this going to be every day?
That's right.
You're home at this time?
That's good. You get even later. Hey, listen, you don't want to be around kids over the summer. You got to stay at work as long as possible. Work becomes your sanctuary. Jake is dating right now, very single. He's had a lot of weird dates recently that have not ended well. And then he has turned to a place that I didn't realize people were still meeting people, and that is on Facebook. Apparently,
when you've turned to Facebook, I don't know if you're like trying to be cool and different or if you've reached your last resort.
It's free.
This is a great story of romance, and if you're thinking to yourself that romance is dead and no one meets anymore, you're going to want to hear this actual story that happened to Jake, because it lets everyone know that there is hope for you no matter how hopeless the dating pool may seem. So, Jake, what happened yesterday?
Well, I matched with the very attractive lady on Facebook dating. Her profile says she's 39, living in Studio City. Childless cat lady living in Studio City.
Hot.
Please swipe left if you're a poly/ENM, which stands for ethical non-monogamy, a right-wing conservative Christian, work in law enforcement, or have children. So I'm not either of those, so I swiped right. And then we matched.
Wait. Oh, swipe right, like move on if you're those things?
Yeah, she's swipe left if you're any of those things.
Oh, okay.
I would have been so confused.
I know, I would have been like, I'll swipe up.
I don't know what this means anymore. So she gave you the opposite of what she's looking for.
Yes, exactly.
I got it. Okay.
She said, if you're any of those, swipe left.
That really messes up my dyslexia, man. I am so torn around. So, okay, got it. So you say I'm the opposite of that, so I will swipe and maybe she'll be into me.
Yeah, and a lot of these things, I'll swipe right. I just never hear back, whatever. And then we matched, and I was surprised because she was very attractive.
How often do you not hear back?
Like 90% of the time.
Oh, man. Is that a blow to the ego, or?
No, I don't. It doesn't really bother me.
It's a non-blow.
Yeah, it's an absolute non-blow to the ego.
But Jake, are you okay with like ethical non-monogamy and all the things you swiped, or you were just like, she's hot, so who cares?
Well, she says swipe left if you are that. So
she's not. She's not looking for that, Allie. See that?
So she wants right-wing conservative Christians?
No. Allie doesn't understand this.
She doesn't want any of that stuff.
All the stuff Jake said.
Did she say anything she wanted?
No, just the opposite.
Oh, okay.
She's looking for just a regular, good old-fashioned relationship.
Okay,
everyone apparently these days is in this whole polyamory. Everyone sleeps with everyone stuff. She doesn't want that. She's not looking for that.
Okay.
Very confused. As per usual, Jake, and this is why this
I'm
woman,
exhausted. Swipe
this woman
left on this.
may be perfect for you because I'm already confused. We haven't even gotten to the goddamn story. But go ahead.
Well, it's important that I give you that part of it because of what happens next. We managed to start chatting on Facebook, and she was like, hey, let's move over to Instagram because I'm not getting my notifications here. I said, okay, fine. And we started talking some more, and I saw that she's self-employed. And I said, what does self-employed mean? And she says, I do porn.
Now, here's the serious question. You would think that maybe she is, this is flirting or she's joking with you because it's much more exciting to say that than the reality that she's like an accountant that works for herself. But you now have done some research.
Yes, because she looks like she could do porn.
Yeah. And why do you say
and
that?
that's why I swiped in the first
If you
place.
see her, she has that porn look.
What's the porn look?
Just, like very like thin, busty blonde, like she has porn star face.
Why? What do you mean?
Well, what be more descriptive as to what you mean by that.
Well, everybody knows what I mean by that.
No, I don't think we know. You're saying big-breasted and blonde?
And, looks like a porn star.
You sure she's not an accountant?
I'm sure because this morning I got curious and I started Googling like her handle and then like...
Is that what you call it? Curious? You had a raging curious?
While you were here, Jake, while you were here you did that at work?
No, this morning when I was getting ready.
Is that why you were later than you normally are?
He was doing research.
Yeah,
Took a while.
So
you were able to confirm?
I was able to, I found like her actress name and then, I'm like, oh, well, yeah, that's her.
You saw her in action?
I didn't watch it in the videos.
Yeah,
I saw
right.
the stills, though.
Oh, yeah, right. Look at stills. Nobody watches that. When you click on it, it's still photos, and you go, okay.
I plan on watching it later.
Jake, don't lie to
I'll
us.
just put all these puzzle pieces together myself and create a picture in my mind.
Jake, shut up. You didn't watch stills.
I haven't clicked on a video yet.
You are lying.
The only thing I watched is like how the thumbnails like automatically generate and start playing. I didn't click on anything yet.
What? That's like the same lies I tell my wife. I don't know what happened.
It was never auto-generating.
Yeah,
I was just looking at photos.
I don't even know how the browsing history gets curated, honey.
I just wanted to make sure it was her.
So you did watch a video.
I did not click on it. No sound.
But you hovered above and
No
watched.
sound. Now he's saying he watched the video, but no sound.
It's like a silent porn film.
Oh, my God.
So Jake.
It's porn from the 20s, man.
So this morning, before work, you watched.
After you
watched,
climaxed 7 times.
You watched this video of this girl that you're now chatting with through Facebook.
I didn't watch a whole video. I didn't even click on the video. But I confirmed that it's definitely her. She definitely does do porn.
Okay, but Jake.
This is the best case scenario. Isn't this all you want?
Well, it's great and bad at the same time, right?
Dude.
There's no bad.
Yeah.
It's totally bad.
You know right away that she's a porn star. You know exactly what you're getting into. She's already said what she doesn't want. And
she doesn't want ethical non-monogamy. And isn't that kind of the same thing as doing porn?
No, because that's her job. She doesn't want that.
Yeah, but
she doesn't want that in her personal life. She's got that at work. Just like we talked about the teachers don't want to read to their kids at home. Same thing.
And then, but if I start actually dating her, you can't like have that conversation. Like, hey, how was your day, honey? I don't want to know about that.
And she's like, oh, God, I got rammed. I'm so sore.
So stretched out.
I am exhausted.
Why are you walking all weird?
So nice to come home to you, honey, so we can have conversation.
About anime.
Yeah, I don't like to do that at home. That's my work. At home, I just want to sit around and talk.
Well,
Jake,
show me your video so I can't watch it,
Jake,
honey.
you can be the talk guy. Well, listen, I think, I hope for your sake this
what an adventure. You should do it.
This moves in the right direction.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. That's Jake.
Just watch a few more thumbnails before you decide.
In a moment, a real local legend will be joining us in the KROQ studios. Fresh off the Tira. Yes, in the KROQ studios. On the Tira guy. Next, KROQ. On the Tira with Ahmed, who is here. You know him from his viral IG TikToks, where he travels around Southern California, primarily IE, but he's all over the place. Has become, in some ways now, a legitimate reporter, where people actually go to him for legitimate news.
Yeah, I love this guy.
And Jake's been a fan for a while. Turned us all on to him. And listen, he was inspired by one of the great journalists in the history of California, the great Huell Hauser. And rumor has it that he used to watch a lot of Huell Hauser when he was in prison. And so I want to play some of Huell Hauser and some of On the Tira, because he's actually done a really good job. Listen.
It's been a great day. Our avocado adventure. Actually, we also saw a dog eat an avocado today.
So that's one of them. I don't know
One of
which,
the greats.
One of the greats.
We're here with the firemen as well on the Tira. I got to give it up to these In-N-Out workers, because you can see how hard they work here.
So that's, of course, that's On the Tira. But then you go back to Huell Hauser.
We are being led down into the forest by the avocado dog.
And then you go back to the Tira.
We couldn't have picked a better day here in beautiful Pasadena, California.
And then back to Huell Hauser.
Your dog is eating an avocado.
And now let's bring him in here. He's a local legend. Please send into the KROQ studios. You're more than welcome to watch us right now as we are streaming on YouTube as well. A glimmer of good energy and good vibes. Here he is, finally in person, in the flesh.
Thank you
Ahmed.
so much for having me on the Tira, homie.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you so much. You've brought a lot of good vibes and good energy to L.A. at a time when I think we could all use some good vibes and good energy.
Well, thank you for having me, and I appreciate the vibe and the intro as well. I love it.
Huell Hauser was inspirational to you, huh?
He was everything to me at one of the lowest points of my life, and it was dragged out for many, many years. So obviously, I heard you mention about my prison time. I did do 23 years in prison total, stretched out between 5 years before an adult as a juvenile. First term, 5 years. Second term, 3 years. Last term, 10 years. And so those last 10 years is when I really dove into Huell Hauser, because he did come out on public television twice a day, every day.
And so he was just on in the common area, or did you have to?
No, I was always in level 4 cell living. And so that was my lunch. Every day at 12 o'clock, Huell Hauser would come on 2 episodes on PBS from 12 to 1. And so I was home every day from 12 to 1.
And while you're watching it, soaking all this in, you're learning about L.A. and all about Southern California. At no point do you probably think, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to become the Huell Hauser for a new generation.
Well, I've always imitated him to my friends or family. And when I had a previous page before on the Tira called Food News Network, right? And a lot of people don't know that when I started that page, if you go back, you can hear Huell Hauser. So when I used to say, Flyboy Inc. here with Food News Network, it was really Huell Hauser saying, Huell Hauser here with California's Gold. And so nobody knew that I was doing Huell, but I was doing Food News. And then obviously we met some trouble with that because copyright issues or whatever. We had to rebrand. We created On the Tira, and we're California Foods Gold.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's how it happened.
It's kind of amazing if you think about it. And let me hear your best impression. Let me inspire you. This is Huell.
Dog is eating an avocado.
Well, will you look at that? The most best part of the day here in Fallbrook of the avocado eating dog. And you better watch your avocados, because this dog has no chill on the Tira.
It's the greatest.
And Huell Hauser managed to mispronounce avocado
multiple times.
You said avocado.
Yeah, well, he's got his interesting twang. I don't even know what that is, because it's almost like he sounds like he's Southern, but I think was he from here originally?
He was from Tennessee.
Oh, that's why.
And I like to tell people who are from Tennessee, when I meet them, I tell, well, you're the only 10 I see, because that's something Huell would say.
Right.
And so I live my life now just showcasing him. It's led me to many people who have known him personally. I met with Louis Fuerte, his cameraman. Hey, Louis, take a look at that. I met with Louis. It's just so many amazing things have come just from following in the steps of Hugh Hauser.
On the Tira has blown up so big recently. I mean, it's been a growth, right? But at one point you're doing this for 3 people, and now you've got hundreds of thousands that are watching your videos, and you're all over the place every day. To the point now where you feel, I saw some article about you recently, I think it was in the LA Times, where they said that you now feel like almost like a responsibility to be a legitimate journalist.
Well, I declared myself a journalist. Nobody gave me that title. I was in your face, and I demand respect, because if I'm wasting my time, energy, and money, then somebody's going to compensate me. And if it ain't monetary, at least I demand the respect. And if you want to give it to me, cool. I'll go where they respect me. I don't need to be where they're going to slap me in the face.
Right.
Well, and it's also you're covering places that other media doesn't want to cover. Right? I mean, you're covering places that other people don't give enough media coverage to.
Well, it's because I'm based out of Riverside in the Inland Empire, and so I recognize that there was a void in the news because obviously so much happened in Los Angeles. And so I did it old school. I put a circle. I said what I want to do in my life, and I threw like 30 lines, and I filled them all in, and it all led to a news reporter. And I ordered my mic off of Amazon. It was a Fisher Price mic. It cost me like $7.
Is it the same one, or is that a new one?
This one is a real mic, although I don't use it. The iPhones are so great now that you don't even need it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So many people learn about the place we live from you, but then they also learn some language because of all of the years you spent behind bars. You've got prison lingo on lock, and Allie wanted to test my knowledge. I've spent a total of 0 nights behind bars.
Okay.
You have spent, you said, 20 years of your life.
Okay.
So you have learned a lot more than I have. Allie has put together some words now to figure out if I can step up to the great on the Tira to see if I can actually compete with you in prison lingo.
Well, and Ahmed, I want you to comment on whether or not this is accurate prison lingo, because you're the one who truly knows much better than the internet. But I want to ask Klein first. Klein, what do you think a bean slot is?
Beehole. Butthole.
Okay.
Bean slot. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Bean?
Have you ever heard of bean slot?
Would that be in any relation to a prison purse?
Tell us what that is.
Like a Fifi.
No, I would say...
We talking Fifis here or honey buns?
Well, okay, I'm overstimulated.
I know. I get it. I know.
We're already here.
I know.
Okay, so a honey bun is a honey bun. Unless you... I mean, I don't know how they get down with... I've never met nobody named Honey Bun, so I mean, a honey bun is a honey bun. Honey bun,
just a honey bun, but good. But it's good for trading, right? Still,
well, yeah, everything's
good value.
good. I mean, a stamp, you can trade a stamp,
right?
You know, you could whatever. So okay, so a honey bun's a honey bun. A Fifi is
yeah, we know
it's a fake. You're gonna make something for stimulation. It's a fake vagina.
You said it,
right? I said it. I said it.
Okay,
Jake's got one.
What was the other one? The bean pie.
She said what is a bean slot?
The bean slot.
The bean slot.
According to the internet, this is a food delivery slot in a jail cell door.
Oh, that's the tray slot.
Yeah, tray slot.
Okay, totally different slot.
Yeah, tray slot.
What about a permanent pocket?
Refer back to prison pocket. I would say the good old fashioned keister.
Yeah, the butt. The butt is the prison pocket.
It's the permanent pocket or the prison pocket.
Yeah, we all know that. Come on, give me some hard stuff.
I'll give you a good one. Easy peasy.
All right, here we go.
Fish kit.
Fish kit. I'm gonna go back to Fifi again.
I think
like fish. No.
Klein's gonna say butt or privates for every
that's my only guess. A fish kit. Hold on, let me think about this now.
Okay, so you would be considered a fish because
you're a new prisoner, right?
Yeah, a new prisoner. Right. You're a fish, and so the jail will give you a fish kit, meaning
survival,
a razor, a toothbrush,
I was about to guess a whistle for help.
PIA.
That was my good guess. So they gave me here's your fish kit, a whistle. All right, so that's enough to get me started.
All right, that's enough to get you started.
How quickly before someone kicks my ass and takes my fish kit?
Nobody wants the fish kit. Bro.
Okay, got
People find fish kits thrown on the floor.
All right, fair enough. All right.
Only fish use fish kits.
Would they give Klein a hoe check?
Oh, now you're getting into the Urban Dictionary. I call my friend Hano.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I called him yesterday, and the first thing I say when he answers hello, I say hoe check. But that's my boy.
Right.
And he's like, there you go.
You say that with love.
Yeah, so that's just, but a hoe check for real is when you check your hoe.
Yeah. Thank you. Now I get it. Thank
I don't know how else to explain that.
Hey, listen, well explained.
Excuse me, I know we're on morning radio.
Give the final one now, Allie. Right now, I'd say my score is 0. And on the Tira...
It seems that, Klein, you're getting mollywopped.
Boobop.
That's right.
On the Tira.
I don't know what that is, but I'll take that as an insult.
Yeah, pero.
Relax, Jay.
Beating somebody up in a fight or to get beat up in a fight.
A boop-bop is a good old-fashioned blanket party. Sometimes you call it that. That's another one for you, blanket party.
Hey, what was your skill? Like, everyone's got to have some sort of a skill on the ready. What were you great at in there?
I was a tattoo artist.
You could tattoo.
Nice.
I learned how to tattoo and I draw very, very well. Before Food News and on the tira, I've been my own boss over 10 years. I've been out of prison 10 years, so not like I just got out.
Right.
And are your tattoos your own drawing?
I sleeved myself down when I was in the hole. When I was in prison.
Yeah.
I sleeved myself down. I was 19 years old on lockdown, and we came across a tattoo machine. And when you got nothing but time, and so that's why my tattoos are sloppy. But I did them myself, so it's kind of a badge of honor.
Yeah, that's incredible. You did that to yourself.
It ain't that bad.
I had an idea for you called On La Gringa, where you go to like Erewhon locations and then you review the Hailey Bieber smoothie and other like basic bitch news that's going on in LA.
On the tira mukbang.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can make it happen.
With La Gringa.
Yeah.
With some banana smoothies.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a great follow, and
Organic.
I recommend everybody check Ahmed out on the tira. It's only continuing to grow, and you have been so much positivity. You even commented on everything that's been going on these last few days. You said, I'm not a political place right here. I'm a place of love. I'm a place of good vibes. You've served your time. You have come out on the other side. And it's a message of hope and really a message of positivity. And I think that you do a great job of spotlighting some of the cool things in L.A., Southern California, that most people don't even know about.
Well, I appreciate that. And I just want to say one thing that I've learned in these short few years, because I've just cleaned up my life. It's not like I've been this beacon of light. I barely cleaned up. I'm sober 3 years, off of some of the harshest drugs you can think of. I finally just gave myself over to kindness, and I believe that that's very, very contagious. And I think that if people just stop looking at life through blinders, kind of just open up a little bit. It's a little scary because bright lights, new colors, it's overwhelming. And I think that if people just took the time to try to understand the other side and not react on impulse and anger and all these things. I came from Riverside, bro. None of that's happening over there. Other than a couple protests. I drove through Los Angeles right now, and I was blown away, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And I was born in this city, right here at the county hospital, and so I know Los Angeles, not as well as others, but I was saddened. I was saddened for our community, and I was glad that, more people didn't get hurt, and I'm glad that, but yeah, I just don't have no energy for that anymore. Right. I want to showcase California, love, hope, promote, and I don't play victim anymore. I don't have that victim mentality, and I know now that if I really want something out there, I got to go out there and get it.
Right, you're focused on taking control of your life.
I'm building. I'm not here to break down. I'm trying to build, and so it would be detrimental to what I'm trying to promote when I'm trying to destroy something, and I just don't promote destruction, so I'm sorry for that.
Good energy, good vibes,
Thank you.
We'd like to give you this. Schulhauser left his Fifi for you, so I'd like to... Right there.
On the tier.
Quick break, we're back in a second.
The Klein Alley Show with new summer hours, live till 11. KROQ.
so now we're going to talk. That's over. That is over, you dumbass.
A pleasure and an honor to welcome back to the home that he built, lived in for 30 years. The great Kevin Ryder is back on KROQ.
I got to tell you, it's weird to be introduced as a huge guest.
Well,
and to be teased all morning as a mystery huge guest.
Yeah, because I did that for so many years where I would hype up guests and go, they're great. This is going to be great.
Meanwhile, you're thinking to yourself, God, I hope this tracks with the listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in this,
No clue.
in this particular case, we knew that everyone would be equally excited, and phones are already lit up, as I knew they would be. Text line is on fire. People still think this is part of a cruel April Fool's joke. So would you like to clear up the air on that, at least right away?
Yes, I am not working here.
Okay. There we go. There we go.
So this was all just a bit.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
The great
Okay.
Kevin Ryder. What a treat.
No, they asked me when I wanted to come back. Well, we were talking about it, and I said, April Fool's. You got to do it on April Fool's so people don't know.
So how did it feel yesterday walking through these doors?
It was really odd because everything is the same except for it's a little off. It's just like the world is exactly the same as it was, and yet every little thing is different. Running the controls was different.
It's crazy when you see like stains that were on the carpet when you left that are still right there.
That I made.
Yeah, stains that you made.
Right.
Yeah, you are a legend, like we've said. Those are Hall of Fame stains right there.
I know exactly what they are, and I do not want to get near them.
It's hard because in the time since you left KROQ, you did pop up on other podcasts, other radio stations, and it always sounded off to me because your voice is so synonymous with KROQ. And I always, just like Kevin Weatherly coming back after leaving, this place has a weird way of sucking you back in, and it seemed like almost poetic that it would be. I knew it happened. I was hoping I would still be here to witness it happen, and I was hoping you wouldn't take our job, but still, here you are.
I didn't know that it would happen. I didn't know that.
Really?
No.
Not even a piece of you thought?
Did I want to? Yeah, but I didn't think it would, no. I just didn't think they would make the moves until, am I allowed to talk about that?
Yeah, I think that it's time to just clear the air and be...
Yeah,
yes.
new management, terrible.
New company.
Yeah, terrible.
No, I'm saying now as of the last...
Oh, you didn't think it
month.
would happen now, right?
Right. There's new management now, and the people that were at the top are not at the top anymore, and it makes a big difference. And then Kevin Weatherly came back, and he was my program director for 27, 28 years.
Yeah.
Something like that. And he's the person that I trust most in the world.
Well, you obviously have been on the airwaves of KROQ for many, many years, and it was really devastating to see you go, and I think a lot of people are really happy right now. And one question I've always wanted to ask you, as somebody who is a Hall of Famer, as someone who's been doing this successfully for many, many years, did you ever feel like you were truly good at your job?
No, God, have you heard me?
Yeah.
We've got to get to the bottom of what in the hell is going on with this Blue Man group. These guys, they paint their faces red.
Paint their faces red.
Hey, Kevin.
The amount of time between blue and red was about 1.5 seconds. Hey, Omar.
What's happening,
Your
man? How
brain
are
is
you?
broken, man. It really is.
Man, it's been broken the whole time. That's why it's weird to me. People say Hall of Fame, okay, but have they heard me talk?
Right.
There's also this.
Is that so? He doesn't.
It's
Are
not
you
common.
a regular Duck fan? You watch all the time, him?
Beautifully said.
That is not edited.
It's not. Should be.
I think that might be my favorite one because I just kept adding nonsensical words one at a time onto. And something in my brain said, yeah, if I just say this, it'll all make sense.
Eventually. And how did you know? That's why you are Hall of Fame, because you can take a sentence, it's not even a sentence, just a word jumble, and make it such an amazing moment that brought so much joy to so many people. Stanley, you're on KROQ. I knew this would happen, but you are listening to the actual real Kevin Ryder back in the KROQ studios. An article that I think just dropped this morning from Variety explains that you will be back on KROQ. Go ahead, Stanley.
Heck yeah. I just want to start off by saying it is so great to hear the legendary Kevin Ryder.
Thank you, Stanley.
KROQ, dude. I have to admit, dude, I was one of the KROQ listeners that kind of, man, where's my dudes, Kevin and Bean at? I'm not going to listen to the radio station because of what they did to them. And I felt so bad because, I supported the radio station for many years. But as soon as I heard that, I was like, I don't know. So, I'm one of the returning listeners, and I am so glad that Kevin Ryder is back. It's actually my birthday today.
No, this was planned for you.
Yeah,
Way to make this all about you.
It's all about you.
Yeah, man, but it's an honor to, to hear you guys, talk to you guys, especially Kevin Ryder. I've been listening to you guys now. It's like the best. It's great news. Let me tell you, I'm pretty sure I speak for a lot of KROQ listeners that it is so awesome to hear that voice back on the radio.
I got to tell you, it is a weird thing to have lived my life where I thought maybe someday I could work in a market like Los Angeles. It wouldn't be at a cool station. It would be at a lame station.
Yeah.
But I'd be in the market, and then to work at KROQ, this legendary station that so many people in the mid-'70s and all through the '80s built. And then to stay here for that, none of it makes sense to me.
Well, the good news is you missed this period where we went through a weird, like, Post Malone hip-hop phase, but now it's all back to the
Oh, yeah, we
bands
played
you know.
a lot of Kid Cudi while you were
Yeah,
gone.
yeah. But don't worry, it's back now.
We're playing a lot of corn now.
So you're going to hear a lot of that. That's back.
Omar has probably 15 hours of me messing up.
You know, it's so
I can whip
funny.
that out.
You know, what's funny, too, is that, as we are constantly running out of storage and the computers are crashing here, they always tell us, delete old files. And there's like twice a week I come across Kevin Ryder files. And for 5 years now, I have that. I have the right click. All I got to do is click delete. I'm not doing it. I refuse to delete these files because not only they bring us all such joy, but I had a feeling, a hope in my heart that eventually this moment that's happening right now would happen. And I'm not the only one who feels that way. Go ahead.
Hey, Kev Dog, it's me, your former sports guy and current superstar, Jimmy Kimmel. Just wanted to welcome you back to KROQ.
Let's get a check of what's going on in the world with your ADD news, and then a brand new hour of the show can officially begin.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
All right, what seemed like a relatively peaceful morning yesterday turned out to be a rough evening in downtown LA. Another rough evening. 700 military personnel were brought in from 29 Palms and from Camp Pendleton, and now there are protests outside of Camp Pendleton. There are also now solidarity protests in San Francisco and Seattle, so this is spreading. So we'll see how the federal government reacts to that. Last night, there were more objects being thrown at police cars. There were more rubber bullets being fired. They had those pepper balls. They had tear gas. Phineas was talking about he got tear gassed at one point. And, of course, more looting because people have to take advantage of people when they're down. An Apple store got looted, a shoe palace, and, of course, a jewelry store, because that's like the catalytic converter of the retail world. Very desirable. And because there were so many cops already in the area, they were chasing them down in the streets. And at one point, cops tackled one of the thieves. And what is super unfortunate about these douchebags is that it reinforces the opinion of ignorant people that immigrants are just a bunch of, quote, lawless a-holes, as once quoted by Kevin Klein.
Right. And that's not what I said. Well, it is what I said, but I said it out of context. I said it very out of context. The point is that of all of the things, and these images are, we've been watching them obviously for the past few days now unfold.
Dude, the videos of them chasing these people you feel like it's like another country. It's insane.
The thing that I find the most incredible is you've got obviously a lot of tear gas being shot into crowds, and then the crowds are pulling out leaf blowers and shooting the tear gas, using the leaf blowers to blow the tear gas back at the police, which it's in some ways it's poetic. Really. It's ironic, poetic, but also it's like, oh no, the one group
that is good with the leaf blower
knows how to really use that leaf blower properly.
Dude, and to use those things properly, I don't know what the hell I'm doing with a leaf blower.
No.
And when the precision.
Yeah.
And the proper wind direction and the changing of the wind direction, I mean, that is mastery, artistry.
Easy to group everyone into one category and say either you're with the police or you're against the police. And that's just unfortunately not really ever the case. But particularly with this, you've got agitators, people that just look for opportunities to create, mayhem, destruction, and steal. And opportunists that go, wow, there's a lot of cops that are distracted with this crowd of protesters, so now is a good opportunity for me to go and get myself...
I need a new iPhone now.
Right, exactly. And that is very different than the people that I think are peacefully protesting and standing up for their loved ones, family,
You can always tell, the shift, though, because the peaceful protests, I know you guys were probably watching, all day like I was, kind of the shift happened around 6 p.m. where you saw, the peaceful protesters know that there was a swapping of the guard, you know what I mean? And like the peaceful protests, they got up and they started going home around 7 p.m. Right. And then around 8 p.m. is where all the a-holes started to come out and they just took over. And yet there was still, some semblance of a peaceful protest, but unfortunately the bad dudes are always, they're
going to come out
louder.
at night. Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Always someone that wants to light a dumpster on fire and push it towards the cops. And
they're looking for a reason.
Cool.
It does look cool.
It looks cool. It looks cool. And the reporters
Can't deny that.
Reporters that are there covering it are always they're always like, surprised. Oh no. Oh boy. Okay, that dumpster's on fire.
By the way, man, I feel sorry for those guys. I don't know why they got that gig, but man,
they got to earn their that's why, like, being a news reporter at the desk, it's like that's a big promotion because you don't have to be out there in the streets getting pepper sprayed and hit with rubber bullets.
Dude, I felt bad for that Australian reporter. Yeah,
is that the guy who took one right in the face?
That's a girl.
It was a girl.
Oh,
she took one in the leg.
Way to go, guys.
Well, she got shot so badly it looked like it was in the face. I saw a bunch of reporters.
That was a different movie that you were watching.
Well, mine was hot.
She got hit in the face hard.
Hard.
All right, regardless of all of this, the BET Awards did happen last night at the Peacock Theater. And so some people had a good night in downtown LA. And those people were Kendrick Lamar. He got 5. SZA. Denzel Washington, Chris.
Oh no,
that's Allie's favorite.
Point white people.
Chris Brown, which is crazy to think that he's like back and winning awards. Jalen Hurts.
As a lesbian, I'm shocked at your pronunciation of SZA. I thought you, of all people, would have appreciated SZA.
Cynthia Erivo and Doechii, who took the opportunity to acknowledge
Doechii.
Allie's making all these rappers sound like gelato flavors.
I'll have the Doechii. This is what Doechii said when she won her award.
People are being swept up and torn from their families, and I feel it's my responsibility as an artist to use this moment to speak up for all oppressed people, for Black people, for Latino people, for trans people, for the people in Gaza. We all deserve to live in hope and not in fear. And I hope we stand together, my brothers and my sisters, against hate, and we protest against it. Thank you, BET.
Must have been awkward doing a red carpet at the Peacock Theater when there's like somebody running by with a stolen iPad right behind you. You're like, anyway, just business as usual. The awards, great night.
Mileage-wise, not very far away from where kind of the center of this is.
Of course.
So it is interesting.
That's what she said. It's right outside our doors. Because it was.
Surprise. But that's how important the BET Awards are. We must carry on, no matter what else is happening.
If you think about it, hey, why don't you spend an evening actually celebrating, especially another oppressed group and some of the accomplishments that they've made? You still want to focus, and they made that a priority. That was their choice. All right, and then I'll just throw in some good news here for anybody who loves women, and specifically anybody who loves Sydney Sweeney. She's training for a new movie right now. She's going outside of her typecasting, and she's playing a famous female boxer named Christy Martin in a biopic. And she just talked about some of the training, the rigorous training that she's had to do for this role. For the last 3.5 months, she's been doing a lot of physical training, boxing training, obviously. She does weight training in the morning for an hour, kickboxing midday for 2 hours, and then weight training again at night for an hour. And she says that this has made her body completely different. She said, I can't...
Whoa.
Let me explain how it's different.
She should just train by doing jump roping and release that film.
Or hopping on a trampoline.
Yeah, just release. Forget about the movies she's doing.
I'm playing a famous trampolinist in a
slow motion.
Yeah. If they said, look, the movie's opening up the same weekend as the video of her training for the movie, I would go see the video of her training for the movie over the movie.
I know. You're like, she was in the gym for that long.
Okay, great.
In that tiny bra.
I'll watch that.
So she said that not only has she gained 30 pounds, my boobs got bigger and my butt got huge.
Wow.
It is crazy. Oh, my God. I can't fit in any of my clothes. I'm usually a size 23 in jeans, and I'm now a size 27, which is still very small, by the way.
She's trying to hit that BET crowd.
Sydney Sweeney's boobs have gotten even bigger, if you can believe it.
I don't know how that wasn't your lead story, Allie. You're burying that with all that boring ice stuff. That's the focus right there.
All right.
Well, there you have it. It's Klein Alley Show on KROQ. Good morning.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
It's all weird in here after 10 o'clock. I'm not used to this. Klein Alley Show. Same voices, new hour, because summer hours have officially begun. And if today is your last day of school, because you're an LAUSD teacher, student, principal, superintendent, whatever, enjoy a few months without having to put your pants on, because that's what it's all about. One of the best parts of summer. Right now, we got the other best part of summer, which is getting you into Knott's Berry Farm. Enjoy the summer sun right now at Knott's Berry Farm. We got a 4-pack of tickets for caller 20 And we're going to do that just after Paramore at 800-520-1067. We got Clickbait to get to this hour and so much more on the world famous KROQ. KROQ, we are Klein Show. Welcome to Summer Hours, an additional hour of the show. Not that you needed it, but you are getting it, and it was originally one of your ideas. So I don't know who that person was that called and left a message requesting we stay on longer so we can keep them company straight up through their lunch break.
But F you.
But here we are. It was a dumb idea. We brought it on the air, and now we're sitting around for an extra hour every morning, and we get to give you things, and that's the best part of the job. Patrick, Long Beach, good morning.
Dude, good morning. What up, what up?
Welcome
loving
to
the bonus hour.
Oh, loving the bonus hour. All right. Well, thank you for being a part of it. The very least we can do is reward you handsomely. You got 4 tickets to Knott's Berry Farm. Hold on, all right?
Awesome. Thank you.
Hold on. Knotts.com. Get your own tickets, and you can win them again with Nicole Alvarez in about an hour, and then we'll do it pretty much all day long, straight up through 6 p.m. All right. It's time for Clickbait. Here we go. Bait. All right. So with this one. Everyone loves this. Bait. It's a new thing that you are touching every day that is way, way dirtier than your toilet seat. No one is cleaning it. It is covered in germs and filth. I'm not even going to tell you where it is, but I assure you when I say you are touching it every single day, and it is, according to science now, the newest, dirtiest thing in your life. Filthier, significantly, than your toilet seat, and I promise you when I say that you have never cleaned it.
Keyboard.
All right, Allie says the keyboard on your computer.
It's got to be. Even after a while, you start seeing some weird film develop, and you're like, not my problem.
This is according to science, and congratulations, because we now have a new dirtiest thing. Jake?
I'm going to say...
No, I was saying what it was. It was you.
Jake.
It's you, Jake.
All right, there it is.
Congratulations. Science said Jake is the new dirtiest. Hey, all right, no. Jake, what is your guess? What is your guess?
I was going to say toothbrush, because you look like in a toothbrush holder, and that thing gets like super dirty and gunky really quick.
All right, Jake says toothbrush. Omar, it is the new dirtiest thing. We're touching it every day. No one's ever cleaning it.
It's got to be your phone. Nobody cleans their phone. You take your phone everywhere. You take it in there. Yeah,
they do talk about gross.
Whenever you take your case off, there's so much grossness in there. It's like caked on inside the phone case. It's
how
gross.
much grossness is between the phone and the case.
And then I love how we all just wipe it on our shirts. Like that's going to do anything.
It'll be fun.
I'm just going to wipe it on my shirt.
I clean the lens every day.
I wipe it on my pants. All right, well, and by the way, phone is with us for everything. It's with us for number twos. It's with us for self-pleasures. It's with us for everything.
All the stills that we're looking at.
All them stills. Apparently, the thing that is even filthier than all of that, and we're touching it every day, is the steering wheel of your car. It is the dirtiest place.
Oh, wow.
They swabbed a bunch of stuff, and they found that the amount of germs that are there, and that's probably a lot of breathing onto it, sneezing onto it.
But that's all your own germs.
It's a lot of your own funk. Yeah, that's true.
So is your phone.
But
for phone, I think it's different just because you take it into the toilet so much.
Yeah, that's good point. But I would imagine if you share a car with someone, it's a mix of germs. But think about, have you ever cleaned the steering wheel of your own car? Ever?
Well, I have. But I also don't think, because it's like a small space, I think that like your phone is out in the open a lot of the time. And when you're in a really condensed space, like we learned with the nerd hole, the bacteria has a place to breed. It's like being in a petri dish.
So that's why.
Yeah, I think it's because it's just all permeating in there.
I think in the summer, though, when the cars get super hot to the point where you burn yourself on the seatbelt and stuff,
it sanitizes.
It should get hot. That's my feeling. It was just sanitize.
So it burns everything away.
Science. All right, next one, clickbait. This is how much the average American would pay for some peace and quiet. They did a research number. They found an actual number that Americans said they would pay to actually just have some quality, recharge, peace and quiet, and not be bothered.
Well, there's like a year, a month?
Yeah,
there's a number. They've talked to 2,000 Americans to come up with this number. 30% of those Americans were parents.
They paid that many Americans for a survey.
A dumb survey. And they found that this is the number of value that they would spend. What they called was quality time to recharge and get. So I don't know if it's a weekend. I don't know what. Let's just go ahead and call it a weekend. A weekend of peace and quiet.
You're just making that up?
So this is like a weekend number to you.
It said here the importance of quality time to recharge the barriers of getting enough of it. I don't know what that means, but I don't know.
The barriers of getting enough of it? What does that mean?
It's you want a good quality.
Getting enough of quiet.
72 hours of being uninterrupted by work, friends, family, kids, whatever. What is the value? What do you think Americans put on that?
I think someone would pay $1,000 for a weekend of
$1,000 to be uninterrupted.
Yeah, if you think about
an entire weekend of peace and quiet, who wants that?
Oh, I would love that.
Peace and quiet, not doing anything, not being around your family, not being connected to any other human, just by yourself.
By the way,
a whole weekend of that.
I paid way more than that for a week of it in the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, Ali paid like thousands.
No, but you were with people.
Yeah, I know, and I had to have.
So it's not peace and quiet. You're crapping out on a community bucket.
Yeah, but
average Americans.
Don't you crap on my crap bucket.
Average Americans would pay this amount of money to be left alone for one weekend.
Oh, okay.
Ali says $1,000. Jake,
I'm gonna say $250.
$250?
Yeah.
Is all it's worth?
Or $2.50.
Once again, it's always hard when they give you these hypothetical ones because you're playing hypothetical here. You go, I don't know, $5 million?
Well, that's why this is a true clickbait.
Right.
Because you're like, how much is it? Even though this study doesn't make any sense.
Well, Omar, how much would you pay? I know you would pay nothing.
Well, I would pay nothing. Yeah, right. Yeah. I would like maybe afternoon of peace and quiet so I could just
average American.
But I like being around my family and stuff like that.
Ugh.
Would pay. Would pay. This number's going to blow your mind. Go ahead, say it. What's your guess?
I'm going to say $500.
$2,000.
What?
$521 is what the average American would pay for some peace and quiet. And if you're a parent, you would pay on average $1,000 more than that.
Oh my God.
So they would pay an additional $1,000 on top.
Just having you know, your house is chaotic, Klein. When you have even 30 seconds of just no
It's the best.
Dog barking, no kids whining, no annoying TV show. You think to yourself, oh my God, what I would pay for more of this.
You of all people thrive on the chaos.
Yes,
so you would get sick of peace and quiet in what?
Yeah,
an hour.
Klein would pay for chaos.
I would pay $1,000 for chaos.
Welcome back to KROQ Summer Session. Today's lesson: how to win free stuff without doing any actual work. Attend every hour from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. to score a 4-pack of tickets to Knott's Berry Farm. Explore Ghost Town Alive and rock out at Knott's Summer Nights, a can't miss after dark party. For extra credit, go to Knotts.com. Get a 2025 season pass and study thrill rides year round. We call it field work. Our dean calls it please stop laughing and screaming in the parking lot. It's Knott's or it's not. This message approved by the Faculty of Fun at KROQ, courtesy of Knott's Berry Farm.
It's crazy that after all of these years, you are still unemployable anywhere else. Too bad Hooters is closing. Good luck back on KROQ. Seacrest out.
Oh, what a nice message.
That was really Jimmy Kimmel.
That's really great.
Really
that
Jimmy
guy
Kimmel.
loves you, huh?
He does. Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah, he's the best.
It's nice that you're here because now we can ask you for advice on things that we should do on the air. For example, on Friday, we're supposed to pierce Klein's nipple, and management has told us, please do not do this. Now,
no, it's not please do not do this. We got an email from the head lawyer, Mike Dash, who I think said he was busy working on the Kevin Ryder deal.
He sent us like legal copy paste.
How did you let it get out to them that you were going to do it?
Well, thank you. We did something else on the air a couple of weeks ago that we did not tell anybody about, and because this show is now being live streamed, the bosses saw it and got pissed that we never ran it up the flagpole. So now for this, our producer's telling us we got to try and run it up the flagpole because we can't get in trouble again.
Now.
It's just all flagpoles. But now, I mean, you guys did tons of stuff that you didn't ask permission to do, and you probably thought you were going to get fired over all kinds of stuff.
You asked for forgiveness, not permission. That's the rule. You know that.
Yeah, Vanessa, I know, and I don't know what happened is that Vanessa has recently gotten very scared of the lawyers because they sent her a threatening letter, and so as a result now everything is getting we talk about it on the problem.
Once they start citing like they're like, according to document 1C 5.2, and you're like, oh God, I can't win this battle.
Dave, you're on KROQ. Go ahead. A lot of people just want to say hello to Kevin Ryder for the first time in a long time, and he's back now on KROQ. Don't believe us? We're on YouTube streaming right now. You can see what he looks like. The guy is the ageless wonder. What's up, Dave?
Hey, guys. Good morning. Hey, good morning. Thank you so much, and welcome back, Kevin. This is Dave from Long Beach. I'm 42. I've been listening to you to KROQ for, I don't know, since I was, 7, 8 years old, and I used to listen to Kevin and Bean on my ride to high school, and, you guys it was just such a great show, and Kevin, I'm really happy that you're back.
Thank you.
It's full circle. Allie and Klein have done a good job.
Agreed.
But Kevin and Bean, was just a special place in my life, and, thanks for everything that you did, and welcome back. When I was picking up my kids yesterday from school, I heard the song at 3:00 and I couldn't believe it. So anyway, Kevin, welcome back, and really do appreciate you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That's very cool.
You got people, hold on, another celebrity on the phone that wants to say something. Go ahead.
Hey, Kev Dog, me, Jimmy Kimmel again. Remember me? Of course you do. I'm a massive celebrity now. It's so great hearing you on KROQ again. Do you get to fire Klein Alley show, or can I do that?
Oh.
I guess we'll just wait until Bean gets here so we can kick the lesbian and the Jew to the curb.
Wow. Jimmy Kimmel.
What's
happening?
What is
edgy.
Wow. I don't like that Jimmy Kimmel. I thought he was a nice guy.
He's a very emotional guy. I mean, Kevin, when you left, Jimmy Kimmel cried.
Yeah,
you were not only like a million other people can do that.
I mean, it wasn't just me.
Right.
Right? Like everybody was fired. That's
course.
what angered me was that the people who didn't need to be fired, our support staff who worked 70 hours a day, got fired. Like, it was the beginning of the pandemic. Fired. Omar didn't. No, Omar's a traitor.
Well,
that's right.
Oh,
God damn it.
You should have laughed.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Omar is a minority hire for the company. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's got a few different nationalities, so you check a lot of boxes.
Checks tons of boxes.
Most of them are fake. He lies about most of them.
Tyler, you're on KROQ now, and it is an honor to be able to say that once again, and for the first time in a long time, Kevin Ryder is on KROQ and will be on KROQ for the foreseeable future. We'll give you those details coming up because there's still a lot of confusion about that. Go ahead, Tyler.
How's it going, man? Kevin, I'm just freaking out. I heard you on the radio. I love Kevin and Klein and Alley, but you're awesome. I remember listening to you almost my whole life with my pops remember coming home from a Kobe Bryant game right after he first got signed from high school and listening to you and Bean and talk to Kobe Bryant. I mean, so many memories as a child. But I appreciate you, Tyler Stone, Los Angeles native. You're the best.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I think what he's saying in all of that is
that I'm old.
Is that you have been around for a long time.
A lot of people say that, and I know they mean it as a sincere compliment.
Right.
But in my head, I hear,
this old.
wow, I'm old.
Yeah, you know, I'll tell you.
We're like, oh, my grandparents used to listen to you.
Right,
and you're like,
yes.
my God.
The weirdest part for us, because, for me, selfishly, this is the only job I ever really wanted in the world, understandably. But it's only a job I wanted to work at KROQ because of what you had made this place, right? And whenever I tell people, oh, what do you do? I work at KROQ. They go, oh, KROQ. I used to love KROQ. Kevin and Bean, the best. And I go, well... Here's the thing.
And he was talking to me.
Yeah, I was talking to Omar. I said, God damn it, Omar, you know the situation. And I said, but we're there still. And they go, really? All right, I should check that out sometime. But the concept, and a lot of people were so mad about how things went that they felt like, in some ways, this place, and luckily a lot of the people that made those terrible decisions are long gone now.
Yes.
That they basically stole their best friends from them. And as a result, a lot of people really never gave us even a shot. The fact that we have anyone that listens to this show is shocking. And the fact that they felt the need to bring you back to help promote that even more gives us a sense of where we stand right now.
Here's
but
what I love. I love that they fired us, and then they immediately put you on.
Right.
And then you guys had to be funny during the pandemic.
Yeah. From our houses, for the most part.
From your
and
houses,
amidst a total S storm,
Yes.
where we looked like the villains.
Yes.
And I mean,
I
people
was
are going
really angry that they treated you guys that way. I was like, put somebody else in there as a buffer. Don't just throw you guys.
We thought we were.
I think we're the buffer still.
You are the buffer.
Yeah, we're pretty sure.
Yeah, Kevin, if they fired us today and said, hey,
Nope.
you're not going to do it?
No. I haven't gotten up this early in about a year and a half.
Jesus
That sounds
Christ.
so
I don't
nice.
do anything before 11 a.m. I just tell people, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm busy.
Yeah. I tried to text you throughout this a little bit. You and I chatted a bit.
Yeah.
And more often than not, it was me just making sure that Kevin wasn't planning on coming back here to take our jobs. And he pretty much every time said, please don't text me before noon ever.
Wow.
But specifically, but also don't text me. Is what
You
he
earn
said.
that luxury, man.
I know, it's a nice luxury here. Hold on. There's so many, every line, as you can imagine. I just want you to see the effect you have on the people. Look at that. Every single line is full here. And, they don't like to pay for these phone lines.
Of course.
Let me say hi to Rebecca. Go ahead. The ladies love you. Kevin Ryder back on KROQ. He'll explain exactly why he's back on KROQ. It's not just today. It's not just yesterday. He will be here for at least a week, we believe, this time. What's up, Rebecca?
Good morning. Good morning. I just want to say welcome back.
Thank you.
I have been listening to you guys since I was in third grade, which was 1986. So thank you very much. I was not allowed to listen to KROQ when I was younger.
That's the
And
proper.
it was like a
That's the
sneaky
proper
thing.
move for parents. You shouldn't have been listening.
Whenever parents do calls, you hear kids in the back seat of the car. Well, you think like that's great, they're listening, but also what the hell's wrong with all of you?
You're a parent. Do that first.
Romeo, you're on KROQ. Good morning. Hello,
Good morning,
Romeo.
good morning.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how you doing? I just want to give Kevin his love. That I've been listening to KROQ forever, and then when they were gone, I think like LA, they were kind of unhappy the way they left. And it was funny yesterday when I heard him on the radio that he was coming back. I was taking my kids to baseball practice, and they were like, "You listen to this station?" I go, "Well, it's funny." I go, "You guys got to listen to it." But
That's a
the
great
worst.
story.
Can I just say this is the worst, and I'll tell you why. Because this guy who listened and spent time with us and
Right.
found us funny
Right.
was trying to get somebody, and people who don't know us or
Right.
listen to, they don't care at all,
No.
and they shouldn't.
No, they don't.
So you run into two people. One of them loves us, and the other one is driven crazy by the person who loves us.
The best is when, I'm sure you've experienced this before too, but someone who listens to this show, listens to our show, listens to KROQ Lifer, stuck with us through, you and then stuck with us, saw me out, asked to take a picture, and I took a picture, and then right away I walk away and someone goes up to him and goes, "Who was that guy?" And he's like, "Oh, he's on the morning show I like." And the other person goes, "I told you he was a nobody," which is like the worst feeling you can get, because, the people that know, they care a lot, and that's
Yes.
why the fans of this radio station, not just radio, but KROQ specific, KROQ listeners, it's a totally different breed.
Agreed. KROQ listeners are the most unique people in the world, and they're the actual reason that this radio station is what it is, what it has been.
And they're so passionate. They feel, it's like SNL. There's all these different cast members, right? And you have your favorite cast. And in a way, Klein and I feel like we're new cast members, and we're never going to be as good as the OGs. But
Allie's the Pete Davidson.
I am.
She's a buffer.
I'm what?
The buffer.
I am part of the buffer.
So we
but
don't have funny people like Ralph on this show.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I know. But it is kind of like new cast members meeting old cast members, and that's what's beautiful about this moment.
It is.
I want to let everyone have a word. You'll have a lot of chance to talk to Kevin because Kevin's announcement, I guess, I don't want to blow. It's your announcement, so why don't you make it?
Am I announcing something?
I mean, what people want to know when they'll hear you.
I am coming back in the afternoons. I will be on
K-Rock. Klein Alley Show. It's Pride Month, and Allie is ready to rate our gay.
Gay.
And Vanessa is calling everything gay this month, and that's okay because it's Pride Month, and she says it as a compliment.
Yes,
Apparently,
but she says it very hurtfully.
Yes, and
No, you know how I said it? I said, duh, gay, like Avi.
Gay.
That is disgust in your voice, Vanessa.
Yeah, that is straight up. You're going to hell voice.
I can smell it on you.
Yeah.
You guys.
You say you gay. See that? She can't get out of it. So
Stop hating me.
We will take your calls, your text messages, and Allie will give everything a proper score.
On 1 to 5 gay scale.
On the Dichter scale. 1 to 5. How gay is it truly? Because we all do things that, for instance, we don't think are necessarily gay for us, but you would say, like, when I stopped asking you to get my coffee because you would always judge my coffee order.
I called it a faggoccino.
Yeah. Yeah, Allie said it. Not me. What was the order? It was not. It was nothing about.
It was like 3 pumps of semen and
no, it was
vanilla
not.
or something.
No. It was like at one time. I think I said, "Give me an ice." I said iced coffee, and then I said, "Put in." I think I said, "Grab me like 2 Splendas or something like that."
No. You used to get the same drink as Vanessa.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
She gets a brown sugar.
You got a lavender matcha.
It looked so girly when I'd pick it up from across the street. I'd ask them to put it in a bag for me.
Klein.
All right, that's because.
Dude, I thought you were a black coffee guy.
I am. Well, now I am because I was so sick of Allie saying, "I got you your whatever she called it," and then
big black coffees.
I said, "Give me the biggest, blackest coffee you have." Is what I said. I don't want to come across gay. So.
Gay.
Allie, how gay on a 1 to 5 scale was my coffee order?
Oh, I think that's mild. That's just a 1 gay.
1 gay because I added Splenda. That's what made it gay.
No, there was pumps of others. There were definitely other flavors involved. You added a lot of flavors.
I did say 2 pumps of vanilla.
Yeah.
And 1 pump of man.
And because you customized it. It was like the menu wasn't enough. You had to be like, give me a nice coffee and also put in 2 Splendas and also do the little vanilla spurts.
I didn't say that.
Then I want oat milk if you have oat milk.
Ivan.
And when you have to say a splash.
I didn't say splash.
Splash of things.
I agree. Saying splash. If you're ordering a drink and you say a splash of whatever, that's at least 1 gay for sure. Ivan, go ahead. You're on with Allie. She's a lesbian, but she's here to rate your gay. Go ahead.
What's up, guys? So I got invited to a Christmas party by a gay couple. It was me and my girlfriend. And basically by the end of the night, the drinks were flowing. I didn't know how to say bye to the gay couple, so I gave them a nice, soft, delicate kiss on the cheek. I thought that was the proper way of saying bye to a gay person.
Did you kiss them on like French style, both cheeks?
No, it was just one.
Yeah, which cheeks?
Kiss on
Yeah,
one
face
cheek.
cheeks?
Which cheeks we talking
about? He was sitting down, so the right cheek.
Merry Christmas.
Allie, go ahead and give that guy a rating.
Not gay at all.
Oh, Allie, you don't get any gays. 0 gays.
He thought that was appropriate in the moment, and it probably was. There's nothing gay about that.
Allie does not give you even 1 gay. Sorry, moving on. Let's say hi to Vanessa, and then we'll take on the phones. Bexy will be next, 800-520-1067 to join us for Rate Your Gay for Pride Month. Vanessa, what is the gayest thing about you? Allie will give it a proper rating.
I'm a rollerblading.
Gay.
Don't cut yourself off. Go ahead.
Do not cut me up. I'm a rollerblading queen.
Oh, man, I thought you were going to say dyke. That would have been so much funnier.
She rollerblades, but she rollerblades as a lady, so it's different.
Yeah, I think that if there was a, quote, straight guy who rollerbladed, that would be a little different than women who, especially women who rollerblade. That has become more of a thing now since the pandemic. Everybody took up rollerblading. And I also think it's like,
she's a child.
A little girl, yeah, like loving horses and rollerblading. It's just like sunshine and rainbows. So I don't think that's gay at all,
Wow, Vanessa, you get 0 gays.
Boo!
But she does share a bed with a lot of her girlfriends.
Have you ever kissed a girl, Vanessa?
Never.
Ugh, lame.
Let me say hi to Bexy on KROQ. Good morning. Allie's here to rate your gay. It's Pride Month, and she's celebrating. Go ahead.
Sweet dips. Shout out to my nut bangers.
Nut bangers. What's up?
Nut bangers. So this one time when I went to jail, I was super scared. It was my first time. I didn't know anything. And I was like laying in bed with my bunkmate, and the guard literally walked by and said, "Hey, cut out, well, insert profanity there. That lesbian stuff. Get back to your bunk."
Oh, so someone assumed you were gay in prison?
Yeah, like because I was literally scared and crying on my cellmate's bunk.
No, it's 5 gays, Sally. It's got to be a 5 out of 5.
That's foreplay.
That's yeah. So you were crying because it was your first night in prison, and your cellmate was consoling you, and the guard accused you of doing lesbian stuff, but you were not.
Yeah, he was like, "Knock that S off."
Right. All right, Allie.
I think because you're a woman who went to prison, you just get one gay.
One gay.
Gay. But
Sorry.
speaking of the Netbangers, Daniel on the Netbangers chat said that they are a straight man who has watched Wicked 5 times in the theaters and saw it once live, and that gets 2 gays.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
He went to Wicked, unless he's addicted to popcorn or something. I don't know how to. You saw Wicked 5 times
And
in theaters?
Wicked is long.
5 times in theaters?
I don't think I'd even be able to see it 5 times in theaters.
Allie gives that 2 gays.
2 gays.
Gay. Gay.
All right, Omar, go ahead and share with Allie. It is it's her month to judge us.
Well, I'm very upset with myself because I've been letting my garden go, and my roses are all out of whack because I haven't had time to trim them.
Okay. You said, I mean, the fact that you're complaining about your garden definitely earns you, I would say, 1.5 gays.
But if he was growing something that was like more like tomatoes, like a straight man sport, but he's talking about roses.
Yeah, but I think if you were to say azaleas or pansies, it would be gayer than roses.
So and you use
what about my hibiscus?
Oh, that's 2.
Gay.
That's a 4.
Gay.
Right. According to Vanessa,
Someone's going to break your hibiscus.
All right. Jake, hold on. We'll go to Jake last. I got people on the phones, and Johnny would like to share. Go ahead, Johnny. It's Pride Month. Allie is rating our gay.
Okay, so I got these sunglasses off Amazon, and recently I had a gay friend DM me and say, "This is so random, but where did you get your glasses?" So I got complimented on my outfit by a gay guy.
I mean, the gay voice that you did, too, was slightly offensive.
I didn't do a gay voice. That was my normal voice.
Yeah, that's his regular voice. That's dumb voice.
Why did you get your glasses? I think the fact that a gay guy compliments you on your outfit and potentially wants to steal your, quote, look, that gives you just 1 gay, Johnny. But I will say,
Johnny,
the fact that you have slept with another man in his bed multiple nights in a row.
That's because he doesn't have a place to stay.
Yeah, but that gets you, that's a 2 gayer.
Yes.
Gay.
I don't know why he's...
Gay.
Yeah,
All right, finally, Jake, we give you the final word here. We have to go because summer hours are rolling on.
I just bought a brand new purple corduroy Dodgers hat, and around the LA it had silver sparkly thread, and it is fabulous.
That is, I would say, 3 gays because it is gay for women and men at the same time.
That's what.
Do you see how he started with purple corduroy hat?
Well, purple is his color, which he always
corduroy.
claims. Yeah.
Purple corduroy, and it has like little what does he say? Sequins or tassels on it?
Like sparkly silver thread around the LA.
But it is a Dodgers hat, so that's got to take a little.
Does
bit
not matter.
It's not a Padres hat. That'd be 5.
Yeah, every team has their pride night.
Right, but I think Jake's fashion is so bad that no actual self-respecting gay man would be caught dead in that hat. That's how I feel.
No. I don't think that anybody would. I don't think anyone in the gay guy community would steal that hat.
No.
But I think it's both gay and lesbian at the same time.
All right,
It's a
Jake,
hybrid.
you win this
you
one.
You have the
'cause
highest ranking.
The high score of 3 gays, according to Allie. So congratulations. Here you go.
Gay.
Thank you.
Gay.
All right, one more.
Gay.
There we go. Congratulations. You win prize.
just his new girlfriend. And just as annoying. It's summer on Klein Alley Show. Now live till 11. KROQ.
Nicole Alvarez will be in here in just a few moments. You get 40 minutes non-stop KROQ. We doing that or no, we're not doing that anymore? I always forget the rules around here. Things
We
are
should probably
changing.
check on that.
Oh, look into that. Make a note that we should ask about that. Regardless, you got Nicole Alvarez. She'll have some tickets for you to go to Knott's Berry Farm. 4-pack of tickets again in about 15 minutes. And every hour straight up through 6 p.m., including with the great Kevin Ryder back on KROQ. The great Kevin Ryder, Hall of Fame broadcaster extraordinaire and lovable idiot, will be back on KROQ every afternoon, so get ready for that. All right, takeaways. Oh, before we get to takeaways from today's show, we didn't have time to get into all these complaint calls, but here's just someone that's upset about something.
Hey guys,
So I'm not the complaining type, but
Aren't they always the complaining type? Anyone who's ever said that phrase, I'm not the complaining type.
I have said that and giggled through it like she did.
Yeah, because you don't want to come across like the complaining type.
Hey guys, so I'm not the complaining type,
but this is my 500th complaint this week. But I'm not that type.
I'm a podcast listener, a super fan, and I've just been noticing like last week and today that like the segment hours just say hour 1, hour 2, hour 3, and it's driving me insane because I don't always have time to listen to the whole entire episode or the whole entire day. So I really loved the segment headings, and I don't know if like the big wigs are telling you guys to like keep it hour 1, hour 2 to like entice people to have to listen to the full hour, but I just really miss the headings.
I don't know what she's talking about. Jake, you do the podcast. What is she talking about?
Yeah, the corporate overlords have made it so I got to relabel the podcast hours: hour 1, hour 2, hour 3, hour 4, and then 3 clips, and then the full show.
Oh my God, that's so many uploads.
But I guess what she's asking is you don't put little descriptions in the heading, so you say like
the description instead of in the heading is in the description box.
And that was their decision?
You can't say hour 1 followed by a small description?
Hour 1, Allie gets gay, hour, something like that.
I could do that and break the rules. I don't.
Yeah, break the rules. Let's keep the listeners happy.
You're incorporating their rules into our rules.
Yeah, I mean,
merging rules.
every decision that has come down from...
I do this one show a day.
Right. Well, every decision that's come from up above has made it a worse experience for the listener. But I feel like our obligation...
and I had to put ads in the middle of clips now, too. It sucks.
Well, let's stop doing that, too. Listen, our obligation, I feel like, is to our listener, is to the fans of the show, the listeners, and they can figure out that other crap. But let's focus on this person being happy, even though she's a complainer.
Let's focus on this bad user experience.
Yeah,
it's funny, when we started going to 11, a lot of people were commenting that woman who's really behind on the podcast is now never. She's
she'll never
just
catch
a lost.
up. She's
she
poor
has
woman.
no idea.
She's
that
4 months
added.
behind on the podcast. She's barely
I'm
getting.
making 50 podcasts a day.
Oh my God, that poor woman.
So we will listen to you. Thank you. You can always use the GOAT line to give us your complaints, and we'll try to remedy them, or we'll tell you to F off depending on the complaint. This one seems like something we can solve. We look at you like you are our bosses because you listen to the show. Our bosses make a lot of bad decisions on a regular basis, clearly. All right, takeaways on today's show. What do we got?
All right, 323, my takeaway is watching the thumbnail doesn't count.
Jake watched an entire porn this morning before work.
But it was just the thumbnail.
And he claimed he didn't click on it. He just hovered the mouse above and watched the video. It's the saddest way to watch a porn.
Put
really.
it for later.
818, my takeaway is Klein Alley Show, now with Big and Slim Klein.
Yeah, big and slim, baby. Go the opposite.
909, my takeaway is if you had concrete following you at Dodger Stadium, you get muncied.
Yeah, you don't want that.
310, my takeaway is congratulations to Cesar. And 909, my takeaway is the best new Hallmark card for all dads is I put it in your mom.
All right, what's your takeaway from today's show, DJ Omar Khan?
My takeaway is that splash equals gay.
Splash equals gay. Any drink with a splash, you are gay. That's what we learned. Allie, takeaway?
My takeaway is everyone's goal in life is to smell like a thrift store.
Yeah, that's what Jake's office smells like, and it's not a good thing. Jake, final word.
As my Irish ancestors used to say, brie, brie, brie.
If you don't know what we're talking about, check out the complete show wherever you get your podcast.
Let's give Vanessa another accent.
Vanessa,
come on.
what he was trying to do your impression of an Irish person, but go ahead.
It took me a moment.
What would you like to do? Let people know what a real Irish person sounds like.
They really just sound like this.
That they feel that they feel that
Klein Alley Show, the world famous KROQ. KROQ.